And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, that was, damn, we still know where the party out here. Like, that was one of the things that we would argue about. Like, and he was just like, that's where the gaslighting started. Like,
Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, what's happening, y'all? What's happening? Damn. Phone crooked than a motherfucker. Is my camera crooked, though? That's the question. Fuck it. That's as good as it's gonna get. What's good, y'all? What is good? Good morning. Good morning. What up, Nopra? Good morning. Good morning. Nah, I'm on TikTok too. I just started. What's that? 1837. So what's that? 637? I don't know where you are. Let me see. What is that? 637 is 8 hours difference. You're 8 hours ahead of me, right? Is that right? No, because it's 6 o'clock. Yeah, you're 8 hours ahead of me ish. Where would that be? What country is that? 8 hours ahead. You got to be east of me. UK. No, UK is like 12 hours, right? UK is 12 hours from the West Coast. I don't know. I don't know time zones that well. They're interesting to me though. I feel like I've known them in my life and then I just forgot them. Nigeria, there you go. Africa. Yeah. See, I never think about Africa. There we go. Yeah, that makes sense. So Africa is closer to us than UK. Interesting. Uh the sound is on. Free me. So, what's going on, everybody? So, I've had an interesting morning so far. Interesting morning. What up, Mia? So that's right, tequila. So so yesterday I made a video um about that dude Benny, right? And in the video, it basically just highlights how, he's a liar or whatever the case may be. And that's whatever. That's par for the course. We already know Benny's a liar, but I was going to address it like a while ago, and then I just kind of like let it go. I was like, whatever. But then he what up, morning, y'all? He made a video where in the video he just said like some completely contradictory shit. And I was like, okay, like we gonna call this out. Like this is what I be talking about. So whatever. So I call out the fact that he's a hypocrite and he like lied and said that I don't think he's embarrassed. You can't shame him, unfortunately. I feel like you can, but you can't. He's shameless. So in the video, I'm like, in his video that I commented on, he basically was talking about he's a provider, and he's always like trying to do this, like, see, women, why did you guys want public offender? Why don't you guys want me? And I'm always like, why are you like doing that? Because I don't do that. I'm not like women, you like me, right? Like, I'm not vying for the affections of women online. Like, what the fuck is going on here? It's just super weird. And yeah, you go listen to the video. He always says that. He's always mentioning how women would want him more than they want me, or they like him more than they like me. Like, and I'm like, what? Like, how are we having this conversation? This is such a weird conversation to have with between two married men. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. It's just weird. But in him trying to do that, he basically was like, in him trying to do that, he's basically he was trying to be like, oh, public isn't a provider. He don't pay none of the bills. His wife paid for everything. He is using this. I think he is using this platform to cheat. Somebody said something about it earlier, and I was like, yo, that actually makes sense. But anyway, so when he said that, he was like, yeah, public doesn't pay any of the bills and that, which I'll be honest with y'all, that ain't none of y'all business, right? Like, no, that's irrelevant. The only reason why that would matter is if I was saying that I paid all of my bills and then I got online and was like, I don't pay. I mean, if I was saying that I paid all of my bills, but then behind the scenes, y'all found out I wasn't paying my bills. You know what I'm saying? That, you know what I mean? Like that, okay, cool. Like that would matter, I guess, in that it would just speak to my integrity or lack thereof. I get it. But that's not that's not the case in none of those scenarios. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been gainfully employed for consecutively like 17 years, 16 years or something like that. Like, I don't know what the fuck is happening. So, but yeah, and I just been responding to people here and there. And it is what it is, because I don't shame men who can't make enough money to provide for their families. You know what I mean? Like, I don't shame them because they can't make enough money to provide for their families. I would never do that. That's crazy. That's elitist as fuck. I would, however, shame a man who doesn't make enough to do that, but then is, contradicting himself or putting on the front like, oh, you got to be a provider and a protector, and all these women just want providers. And I'm like, but you aren't a provider, sir. So what are you talking about? But yeah, so I'm just, it sparked up a lot of shit and people were responding. And I responded to this one person. Their name is like, I Love Black or something like that. And I think their name on there is like Malcolm Huey or Malcolm Hampton, right? Which now I'm hearing it's a pseudonym. I thought that might have been their real name, but it's Malcolm Hampton. They trying to be extra black. I never looked at their page. I just saw the like I Love Black as like their little avatar or whatever you want to say. And typically when people like do that type of stuff, like, I don't know, I just be feeling like those people don't really, I don't know how to say it. I don't want to like be disrespectful when I say this to people who may, this is not a judgment. It's like when I talk about dudes with car selfies. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have a car selfie, I'm not saying everybody with a car selfie is problematic, but it seems like everybody that's problematic has a fucking car selfie, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying everybody that puts like I love black people in a bio and I'm blackity black 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 like those people. I'm not saying all of those people are problematic, but it seems like but it seems like problematic people tend to have those types of things in their bios, or they like make their whole personality about that. You know what I'm saying? Um and this was no different. So first they started off by engaging with me, and they were like talking about they were asking me like what they say. They said, damn, what did they say, man? Hold on. I'll read the comment actually. So they said let's view my profile real quick. Let's go to the video. So so they commented, they said, with all due respect, if your platform is about educating women, specifically black women, why would you be charging them $50 to drop people from your lives? Seems like a hustle. Now, typically, typically, when people say that type of stuff, you think, I mean, most of the time, you guys would assume that's a man, right? Exactly, exactly, Siren. Leave black women alone. That's my response. And mentally, I'm like, yeah, why when do black women have to do with any of this stuff? I'm not talking about black women. I haven't mentioned black women this whole time. So it's just weird, right? Like everybody who's in here, y'all know my platform ain't about educating women, specifically black women. It's weird. But anyways, so but this person says that, but typically, who says that though? It's typically men, right? So I read the comment, I stitch the video, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's not what my platform is about." I give the rebuttal. I'm like, "I'm not educating black women or anything like that." I was like, if anything, I've been educated by black women and other women." You know what I mean? Like, I've been educated by women in general, so how would I be their teachers if they're the ones that are educating me? That doesn't make any sense. Um, so it is what it is, right? And then they mentioned the money stuff, and I'm like, I'm not understanding also, like, what does that have to do with anything? There are many content creators on here that have followed this same model. I just followed them. I'm a follower in that sense, right? I'm an imitator. I didn't invent that shit. I literally just put $50 a drop. Men and women, yeah, I was gonna say men pay to drop as well. Men and women can pay to drop. That's not it doesn't say black, and then they try to do this, like, weird, like, "But black women mostly support you, so it's mostly black women that's doing it." So what? But they're not dumb. Like, why are you assuming that black women are stupid and they, like, don't know what the game is? Like, they know what it is. They know exact they know exactly what it is. Nobody is fooled here. Everybody knows what it is. Yeah, I said, "And they crowdfund." I was like, so that's what I mentioned in the video. I was like, I allow people to crowdfund, which I don't think most of the creators do that. The only time I see them allow people to crowdfund is when they do the, like, drop 10 galaxies or drop somebody and they'll put like the 10 count up here, then you can crowdfund. But I don't do that. So, but you can crowdfund on the Cash App or whatever. I don't mind. It's fine. You can pull it together with people on it. I don't care. It's the game, right? I just like it. It's fun because before we were just dropping people like that. And then, so I was like, this will stretch it out. It makes it also makes me not be able to drop people, right? You see what I'm saying? Because I remember I used to just drop people. Like they would get annoying and I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. But then I was like, I was like, I can't do that. So yeah, and it's a bunch of stuff. It just makes it more fun. You know, I was like, I was like, a part of my platform is interactive, and that's an interactive person. So I don't know why that's like such a bad, such a bad thing. But so then in the next one, they said that then they pivoted to the I'm Derek Jackson talk. This so far they said, and I never said black women were stupid, but you alluded to it. They said, but Derek Jackson but Derrick Jackson does exist. What is what does Derrick Jackson have to do with me? I for the life of me, I don't understand what me and that man have to do with each other. But I guess because we both are black and exist on the internet, and we're exactly the same. I don't know how the fuck we're the same people. No fucking clue. No clue whatsoever. I've heard his rhetoric. I'm like, we're not. Derrick Jackson is closer. Derrick Jackson is closer to Black Guru than he is to me. Derrick Jackson is closer to Benny than he is to me. Derrick Jackson and Benny are much closer to one another than him and I are. That's why I'm like, what are y'all? How are y'all not understanding? This is fucking hilarious to me. Uh yeah, black man does not black bash does not bash black women. I'm bad, I'm a threat. Okay, cool. So this Malcolm Hampton person says that Derrick Jackson swindled black women. And I'm like, when did Derrick Jackson swindle black women? Once again, you're alluding to this fact, you're trying to allude to this point that black women are stupid. They knew what they were paying for. Like, what? What are you talking about? I'm not understanding. So far, y'all let me know. Does this not sound like a man? This is a man, right? I'm talking to this person. This is a whole man. So they said he was a wolf in sheep's clothing whose rhetoric was wildly similar to yours. Me and Derrick Jackson's rhetoric is wildly similar, which makes me think you've either never heard me or you've never heard Derrick Jackson. Which I wouldn't be shocked if both of those things were true. But no, we're not wildly similar. I did a whole fucking live on him and played his clips and we talked about it. Where the fuck where are we talking about? So anyways, MV came right in and was like, post platform is simply about deconstructing red pill talking points and misogyny that men have. I say, yeah, like it's literally not that hard. And then, so anyways, long story long, come to find out. So I go to Malcolm Hampton's page because they said that they were like, you haven't looked at him. Because I said that they are the people that they're accusing me of. I was like, you're that person. You're trying to manipulate black women. You're trying to gaslight black women, blah, 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 right? Because typically that's usually the case. And I was like Benny, right? Like they're always trying to act like I'm just trying to help the black woman. I'm like, then stop talking to them. If any black man under the sound of my voice, hear me loudly, hear me clearly. If you want to help black women, talk to black men. Stop talking to black women. That is the cure. The cure isn't to talk to black women. They're good. Don't worry about them. They're not the problem. Talk to black men. At least talk about black men. Fuck. At least actually articulate the problems that black men have. Can we do that? No? Okay. It's wild, man. Like at least do that. They can't even do that. So they said that, and I was like, you know what? They said I don't know their content and you don't know. I said, you know what? You're right. So I go to their page, and it's on the surface, it's typical, you know, it's some anti-Trump stuff on there, you know what I'm saying? Calling out Terrence Williams, calling him a, cooney coon or whatever and all that stuff. And, you know, some random little videos that a couple of them I found to be problematic. But then I stumbled upon this video and I'm like, okay. So let's see. Let's play this video. Let's see if it'll hold on. Let me see if I could get this. Okay, I was gonna get this video. I was trying to get this video to sync up, but so I could play it, but I don't think it's gonna sync. I don't think it's gonna sync in enough time. Let me see if I can get to get to the person's page, and I'll just play the video from there if I can. Okay. All right. All right. So I found it. Let me go back to this. Thank you, Robbie. Robbie said, thank you for always giving real and balanced commentary. I appreciate you. Now, I appreciate y'all more on some real shit, though. I'm gonna let people up in a second too, by the way. Just let me get through this so we can see what is what out in these streets. Because people be really wilding, getting on my nerves. They all got the same talking points. Okay. So here's the video. So I go on their page, and this is the video. Well, first I'm gonna play this one.
I genuinely want to know why Black men make dating so difficult. They make it more difficult than any other societal group on this planet, I feel like. Of course,
Let's just say, for the sake of argument, I concede.
I genuinely want to know why Black men make dating so difficult. They make it more difficult than any other societal group on this planet, I feel like. Of course,
Let's just say, for the sake of argument, I concede to every point made in this video. We're going to paint every Black man with a broad brush because of a few bad experiences you've had with Black men. If that's the case, then all white men should be eradicated from the dating pool when it comes to Black women. And I'll tell you why. According to history, how did Black people even get to this country? Is it not true that everywhere the white man has stepped on this planet, the indigenous, native, and aboriginals of that land have suffered significantly? So if we're painting Black men with a broad brush, you can't then turn around and change the brushstrokes when it comes to white men. Date who you date, love who you love, but stop generalizing Black men and or Black women because you've had a few bad experiences.
Is that not a straight up red pill? That's not a straight up red pill. Like the deflection, isn't that what they do? Oh, you only sound like Huey from the Boondocks. You only talk, yeah, you just had a few bad things. Like, what if she didn't though? What if it ain't even her? What if she saw her mama, saw her granny, saw her great? Like, I've had bad experiences with Black men. You gonna say I'm lying? You gonna say I'm gaslighting? I've had more I've had more. Nobody has abused me more than Black men. I've never the people who have abused me the most and have abused the people in my life the most, the women in my life and the men in my life the most are Black men. So even as a Black man, I can say that, but you mean to tell me a Black woman don't got the right to say that? And you gonna try to gaslight her? And it's just a few Black men, like, please. But this is a woman, by the way. So I'm like, oh, right? The whole time I'm thinking this is a man. I'm like, ain't no way this is a woman. This is a woman saying this shit. This is a Black woman saying this shit. Now, this is her video on me. You're Black man. You're a Black man dating white women. I'm not dating white women. I'm married to a white woman. And you only want to hear Black women's take? LOL, clown. Yeah, when it comes to interracial dating as a Black man, I don't give a fuck about what Black men have to say about it.
With all due respect, I have no personal gripes with this man. I just think he's a danger to the Black community, specifically Black women. He's eerily similar to Derrick Jackson. I don't know whether he started off with good intentions, but I do know he's now backed himself into a corner, basically painting himself into a corner, because his messaging has become too extreme. He doesn't seem to have very many solutions in regards to the relationship between Black men and Black women. He basically preaches to the choir, which is predominantly Black women. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't say love who you love and go where you're appreciated, but I do find it incredibly alarming that you didn't find companionship with a Black woman, which seems to be your core audience. Derrick Jackson was warning Black women about Black men whose profile he fit to a T. I seen a live that he was hosting, and on his screen it had his Cash App and it said for $50 you can drop who's in the box, which is crazy because his core audience is Black women, which seems like a hustle. What I do know about social media is it becomes addictive the minute you go viral. So to me, in my opinion, when he found his lane, He leaned into it. I respect anybody offering constructive criticism and solutions. I'm only interested in hearing about your problems once. Our next conversation has to be about solutions. But I'm totally against anybody trying to cause friction within the Black community. Don't base your decisions on the advice of those who don't have to live with the results.
Which is AKA, you don't even got to go home to these Black women. This is a Black woman saying this. you don't even got to go home to a Black woman. They say the same shit. They say the same shit. She just said it over some weird music. She never shows her face. It could be an AI. I don't fucking. It could be an AI voice changer for all I know. That's what I'm saying. She sounds like an AI because I'm like, there's no way that this is a man. I mean, there's no way that this is a woman saying this. Like, it just doesn't. I mean, I know women that talk like this. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. We know, but I don't know. Something about it. I'm like, this sounds like an AI. The name of the person is Malcolm Hampton, 6569. But they got like 70,000 followers. I love Black as a profile. That's their little picture. I love Black. But the question that I have to these people all the time is, okay. Okay, I hear you. 69, 65. Maybe it's the years that, oh wait, when was Fred Hampton slain? 69, maybe Malcolm. Malcolm wasn't 65. Malcolm was. Damn, he was. I can't remember the years. I don't know. I'm trying to find some significance in those numbers. Those are two weird numbers. 68. Yeah, I was like, it was before it was after MLK Jr. Yeah. So, slained, not slanged, slained, SLAINED. But no, so, maybe 1865. I don't know. But yeah, it's just funny because it's the same. 69, 65. Okay. But they sound young though. Malcolm was 65. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, Malcolm was 65. And then Huey was 69, I think. I mean, I'm sorry, Hampton was 69. That's what I thought. That's what I think the significance of the numbers are. So, but nonetheless, though, it's just the same shit. It's the same talking points. That's what I'm saying. It's just weird. It's just a weird, it's a weird approach. It's just a weird approach to this. They have the same talking points, saying that, like, I'm okay with you saying I don't have solutions, which we've already discussed this many a times. But my question would be, yeah, 69. Yep, that's what I thought. So, but my question would be, A, why do I have to have solutions? Even if I didn't have a solution, why do I have to have a solution? And secondly, why do you guys never actually engage with what I'm saying? Like, why do you always deflect and just like try to say, oh, he's like I was gonna say Malcolm. He's like Derek Jackson. Just say what it is. Say specifically, like, I'm okay with y'all saying I'm like Derek Jackson, right? But then I need for you to show me the receipts. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say stuff about people, I produce receipts. I produce receipts. Show me the receipts. They just say it as a way to like slander me, like, oh, you're like Derek Jackson, to which I always say, what did Derek Jackson lie about in his message? What do you actually disagree about in his message? That's what I want to know. How was Derek Jackson a threat to Black women specifically? And here's what I'm saying. Derek Jackson individually is a threat to Black women. Derek Jackson as a person is a threat to Black women. He swindled his Black wife. He swindled his black babies. He swindled his black mother-in-law. He swindled some black women, but not the black women who was paying him for his message. He didn't swindle them. Dr. Umar swindled black people. I gave Dr. Umar money for a school that never got built. That is a swindle. Derrick Jackson has a message. You pay to hear him speak. He gives you the message. Where's the swindling going on at? That's what it is. My Shining Star said, public, men can't forgive you for exposing the patriarchy. I know. But that's what I'm trying to understand. Where is the swindle at? Where is the grit? You see what I'm saying? Like you gotta connect the dot. It's just a bunch of innuendos and assumptions. If A plus B, if A plus B equals C, then public is just like Derrick Jackson. And I'm like, no, nigga. He's a threat to black women. How? Say the thing specifically that is a threat to black women. Say the thing. Me having $50 to drop people, by the way, bang the Cash App, support the live, because we got weirdos out here trying to bring it down. But if that's the case, then say the thing. Say the thing that I've said. Reproduce it. Recreate it. Give some approximation of it. At the very least, why do y'all never have receipts? But when y'all talk, I could show you fucking CVS length receipts on how y'all be out here bullshitting people. Hope and being swindled are completely different things. Exactly. That's all I'm saying, man. And if that is a woman, I feel bad for your mother. I feel bad for your mother. For real. Like, what are you talking about? Y'all don't. And if I'm a bad actor, then who is a good actor in your mind? You see what I'm saying? You see how you're a hypocrite? Because where are the men on your page where you highlight this dude has a good message? I like this guy. Why do you have to tear down everybody else and never say this? I like this guy though, or this woman. Do that. You don't have a replacement. You see what I'm saying? You just say this dude bad because this guy bad. So this dude must be bad too. So basically, you're saying that all black men are bad because me and Derrick Jackson are nothing alike. So if I'm bad and Derrick Jackson is bad and we're nothing alike, that we on polar opposite ends of the spectrum. So if you don't like me and you don't like Derrick Jackson and you can't like the niggas in between, you don't like either one of us. So you don't like no black men. You think all, but then another video when that one lady was painting with a broad brush, she was like, "How dare you paint with a broad brush when it comes to black men?" But here you are painting with a broad brush when it comes to me. Talking about my message has become too extreme. It ain't extreme enough, man. My message isn't extreme enough for the times. Trust me, I know. My message is not extreme enough for the times. I'm still surface level. That's what I'm trying to tell them. I know because I know who I'm trying to appeal to. If I were talking to women, I would have to be fucking 60 leagues deep in the ocean into this shit, right? Before I got to a place to where most women was like, oh, I didn't think about it like that. But the shit I'm saying for women is fucking it's the crust. We on the crust of the earth. I ain't got to the magma. I ain't even touching on the magma. But I'm talking to men, and men are still stuck on the surface. So I gotta meet motherfuckers where they at. So no, my message is not extreme enough. If I were talking to women, I would have a completely different message. I promise you. If I were talking to women, I would have my message would be 100%. My message would be 100% different. I was tired until I slept. That's the thing about sleep. You sleep, you eat, you drink water, you decompress, you wake up, you do Pilates, you kiss your babies, you talk to your wife, and then you clock back in. Right? Now I got all the energy in the world. But that's all it is. Miller time. Another black woman donating willingly money because we enjoy the content. I think you should call the cops. They want y'all arrested, Miller time. They trying to get the black girlies up out of here. I'm like, what? Why y'all? I be wanting one day not to, like, on some real shit, outside of saying something positive about black women. I just want to go. And even then, here's how fucked up this shit has gotten for me. I don't even be wanting to say nothing publicly, like positively about black women, because somebody always got black women in their motherfucking mouth. So I just be like, I don't even want to say, like, I just be wanting to go one day, we just shut the fuck up about black women. Like, we just don't say nothing today. Just for today. They just let them be a part of the party. You know what I'm saying? Like good or bad. Don't just shut the fuck up. Just let them just exist for one day. That's all I be wanting to do. I swear to God, I really be wanting that day to come. Because I don't gotta do it. It don't be me. I promise you it don't be me, y'all. Y'all know that. Appreciate you, Tequila. It is not me. Hand to God, that shit is not. Hand to Jah, hand to Allah, I don't give a fuck. It is not me. It is not the public offender. I do not be doing this shit. I just address it when it come up. That's it. I'm just addressing it when it come up. But I'm fucking tired of it. God damn. Can we just go one day? Y'all always trying to triangulate black women against a black man or try to pit black men against. I'm not trying to do none of that shit. I'm not trying to do none of that shit. I don't want a hair on a black woman's head to get harmed, or any woman's head to get harmed, or any man's head. Well, not any man, but the majority of men. I just want us to be peaceful, you know, but we got to get there though. God damn. And we can get there without publicly calling out black women. We can, trust me, y'all, to the people that don't believe me, believe you me, on this mission we're on, tearing down the patriarchy, we can get there without ever talking about black women, especially the way that y'all be talking about them. Trust me, we don't never have to talk about them like that. We don't have to infantilize them. We don't have to shame them. We don't have to call them out. We don't have to call them to the carpet. We don't got to do none of that shit. They're good. Look, somebody said it yesterday. We were talking about the vagina. The vagina is self-cleaning. It is a marvel, right? Scientifically. Our bodies are a marvel. But vaginas are a marvel scientifically. They are self-cleaning. You don't need to do nothing for a vagina. You don't worry about it. You clean it outside, you're good to go. Keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to stick nothing up in there. You ain't got to squashy. None of that shit. You just let it. It's good. It'll do the work. It's what you eat. That's what clean it. It's how you eat, right? What you eat the shit and it clean it from the inside. So you eating good. Your stress levels is good. You keeping dirty peeing up out of there. It'll be clean, right? That's how you just let black women just live, baby. They clean. They gonna clean themselves. They got it. They gonna do it. They got it. Like, I don't even be worried about them. They be the last group of people I be worried about when it comes to this shit. When it comes to this, they the last people I'm thinking about. Like, oh man, we gotta really fucking talk to black women about this. Like, why? For what? They the ones giving us all the game. How you gonna get the game? How you get the game from a black woman and turn around and think you could talk to black? Like, that be the shit that be blowing my mind. I'm like, y'all niggas really don't think that I know, like, where this shit is coming from, like where the source of it is. I know where the source of it is. They be real. I think y'all be really mad. I think the haters be really mad because I know where the source of it is. I have identified the source. You know what I'm saying? I know the source. And since I identified the source, I'm like, cool, there goes the source. We good. I know where I need to go. You know what I'm saying? I know where I need to fuck with. What up, black? I know where I need to fuck, da-da-da-da-da. Right? And then I give hey, I got this from black women did da-da-da-da-da. So on and so forth, right? A woman taught me this. Many a times, you already know, I talk about how my wife, without my wife, who is a white woman, I wouldn't know, wouldn't be on this path either, though. So that's what told me too. I was like, women understand this shit in general, but black women got a unique understanding of this, especially as a black man. So when they talk about it, and they talk about it from the standpoint of from intersectionality, I'm like, cool. I can listen to them. They know everything they talking about. Cool. That's where you go. You read their literature. You listen to them speak. You observe them. You can learn a lot just by observing black women. You'll be straight, right? That's all I be saying. Is that so fucking bad? Is that the worst thing on the planet? Y'all really hate niggas to say that shit out loud? That's terrible, huh? If you say it is bad. If you acknowledge the thing, it's bad. Like I'm the bad guy. I'm the threat. Why am I the threat? God damn. How does that make me a threat? I don't get on here and be like, I love black women. I'm blackity black. I'm not gonna never do that shit. What I would rather do is try to be an example. What I would rather do is lead by example, right? I don't need to tell nobody shit. Don't nobody fucking care what you saying. Don't nobody care what you saying. People are watching what you do. And all of these people who be claiming to love black people and claiming to love black women, they always say some shit that actually does put black women in harm's way. Every single fucking time. Right? Hold on. We're going to go back to it. She not lying. She not lying. You mad at her? Even a black woman can't talk about it? She missed for a blackity black person. She missed a golden opportunity to talk about why black men are this way. She missed a golden opportunity to talk about systemic oppression of black men, economic oppression of black people. She missed a goal because that would have been the time to bring that up. Like, yeah, sis, I agree. But do you know why that is? It ain't because the black man is black. It's because the white man did da 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 to the black man, and now he is da 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 back. That would be how you would have that conversation. Because nothing she said was untrue. I believe that is true. I do believe that. All men are suffering, and because of that, we end up taking it out on all women, right? Generally, I'm talking about groups. All groups of men. Black men, Asian men, white men, don't matter. We all got that problem. But black men, because of our unique situation of being black, it is worse in our community. These problems are exacerbated within our community. I would expect a blackity black person who has I love black in their bio and their name is Malcolm Hampton 6569. I would think that blackity black person would want to speak about intersectionality in that way. I would think that would be a perfect time to talk about that. Nope, not a good time to talk about it. It's a better time to gaslight this woman. Okay, cool. Invalidate countless women's stories on this. Endless, like that was the approach to run cover for dangerous black men. Because what did you do there? You think by you saying that you didn't put black women in harm's way? Because what about the black women who believe you and go, yeah, it's a few black men out here that's doing that? No, it's really not. It's really not. It's most. And it's most white men and it's most Asian men. Don't get me wrong, but it's most. It's most black men that's doing that. Most men are threats to women. Most men are threats to women. Full stop. Full stop. Most men are threats to women. Full stop. So you don't even have to add the most. You can simply say men are threats to women. Men are threats to women. It implies most. It's a general statement. So you can just say, so because I know a lot of people don't understand English, for those that be arguing against this shit, because they say you generalize everybody, which is an oxymoron. You can't generalize everybody. But when you say men are threats to women, you're saying that most men are threats to most women. That's all you're saying, right? But for the people in back, so that they can understand it better, most men are threats to most women. And when I say most, let me be more specific. The vast majority of men are threats to the vast majority of women. Oh, you guys want more specific? 99% of men are threats to 99% of women. That's it. That's it. Nah, Black, I ain't gonna say all, man. I ain't gonna say all because they fight you on all. So you don't say all. You concede and you still make the point. 1% of men aren't threats to women. I got tired of fighting with the all police. Inherently. Right, friend? Inherently. For the not all men police, here you go. You want some? I'll give you. Here go the live for you. Not all. 99.99999. Okay? God damn. You got it. Y'all won. You beat me. Okay? You get the fucking point, though? God damn. Most of us, 99, too many of us to fucking count. Too many of us to count. Yeah, right? Shh, Bun, you giving away the secret. That's you don't put it in the comments. Damn. But let's get to this. Hold on. I think we got an absentee father in here. We got an absentee daddy in here. Come up, Kill Yayo. He mad, y'all. That kick dog hollering. We gonna hold on. Let me see. We'll mute him for the live though. You can come up if you want to though, fam. Men like to be perceived as dangerous until it's time to talk about how dangerous men are. Men spend their whole lives trying to put up a front like they the most dangerous man on the planet. And then when you say all men are dangerous, they go, whoa, whoa, whoa. Exactly. Wait there, bucko. Hold up, bucko. Niggas walking around doing this shit all day. Going to the gym, putting on 93,000 pounds of muscle. Can't touch their toes, but got all the muscles in the world. Killing their bodies on the inside. Drinking motherfucking, snorting pre-workout and shit. Snorting pre-workout. Niggas going. Hey, y'all remember that episode of Martin when that nigga when that nigga was the instructor when he took over the class? Good, like That's what the nigga. Y'all remember that shit, man? Damn, that was one of the funniest fucking episodes. When that nigga dropped down, that nigga started bear crawling to the table when Gina had that played out. That nigga fake tripped and put his hand in the grave. Oh, damn. Damn, man. That shit was so funny. Oh my goodness. Oh man, that was a funny ass episode. But anyways, yeah. Y'all doing all of that to go out here, and then when we say all men are dangerous, y'all be like, oh, not me. But then if I say I'm gonna drop you on your head, now you back to being tough. Oh, never, nigga. I can drop anybody on their head. I'm like, okay, you got it. You got it. You got it. Y'all won. You got me. You got me. Crashing out on lives left and right. You got me. You did it. Yeah, they be in there snorting pre-workout. But we get to the topic. All right. Thank you for joining me. I just wanted to make sure everybody came in so we could see it. AJ sliding down the wall yesterday. Crazy. Wicked work. Men with young children, especially under 5, who aren't with the mothers. How did you fail? How did you fail? That's my question to y'all. How did you fail? And the reason why let's just cut through the bullshit. Let's just cut through the bullshit. You failed. You failed. That woman didn't cheat on you. That woman didn't, like, you failed. She was on drugs. Okay. That's rare. Wow. You know what? Shout out to Dante, man. We're going to talk to the 99.9999999% of niggas right now. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, but I didn't want to do it. I don't want to, you know, that's that woman's story to tell. I don't even think that's his story to tell at this point. But yeah. How did you fail? Because let's just be real, man. Let's just be real. Let's just be real. Friend, come on, bro. Don't do that, man. That's crazy. Nah, he should have chose better. Look, hold on, y'all. I've been in that situation, like not being in it personally. I got family. I've seen it play out. And the same way men change, women change sometimes. She changed. She wasn't that person. She ended up, I literally watched it happen. She worked around, she was a pharmacist tech. So she worked in the pharmacy and she had access to a bunch of smugs and she started to do them while she was pregnant. It is anecdotal as fuck. But that was his story though. That's what I'm saying. I ain't gonna shame that man. But I've seen that happen before. I seen it happen with somebody really. All I'm gonna say is I saw it happen with somebody really close to me. Like I saw the whole thing play out. I saw the whole thing. I knew the woman when she was young. I saw her from young to old. Like I saw the whole fucking thing play out. The man didn't do it. That he couldn't have chosen better. There was nothing he could have done. There's no way for him to know that she would do that. No way. She just, she's fucking got into that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yep. She started doing that shit at home. That's how that nigga found out. She was at home nigga walked in the house, she was asleep. She was asleep like this. That shit not funny, man. Nah, it wasn't his fault. She was asleep. Walked in the house. She was standing up but asleep. You fought for that woman 3 years ago? I believe it. All right. So yeah, man, it's wicked. It's wicked out here. But no, I can't show you Ivory. She was asleep though. She was asleep standing up. Just know that. How do people normally sleep standing up? What did that look like? Because that's what it was. She was in that motherfucker like. Nigga was like, hey. She said, hi. Hey, we was here. Hey, nigga was in her face like. She said, morning. Oh my God, man. See, I grew up in the crack era, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have that H. It really was either that C or it was that M, that methadone, that methodonist, that method man. You know what I'm saying? You know, you hear that shit, they getting that motherfucker. They get the bankhead bouncing. Hey, it was this crackhead in my hood. Hey, I swear, I put that on everything. It was a crackhead in my hood. This nigga named Benji. Benji is still alive, by the way. He been smoking dope for 25. He might be so. I think he actually sober now. He got sober like 5 years ago, but he was smoking it 25 consecutive years. Benji about 5'3", 4. Benji about 5'3", 5'4". Hey, Benji used to. You would give Benji the money. So look, if you Benji will wash your car. This nigga wash your car with a cup of water. He'll have one container of water this big, and he'll wash your car with it, with a rag, some spray bottles, and a cup of water this big, right? When he did it in the daytime, especially right after he hit that thing, Montebello, tutti frutti. But the problem was, if you gave Benji the money before he washed the car, which a lot of people did, he would run off with them. I'm gonna go get my supplies. I'll be back. He wouldn't come back, right? So you would end up catching Benji at night. Now I done call Benji at night, almost put them paws on him. Hey Benji, you still ain't washed my shit, nigga. Oh, Pete, my bad, Pete. Hold on, I got you right now. All right, nigga. It's 10 o'clock at night. I don't give a fuck. I paid you $5 at 12 p.m. and it's 10 o'clock and my car still ain't fucking clean, homie. Clean my shit, right? So Benji go, I'm gonna go get my supply. He really go get the shit. He'll come back. He'll clean your car at night. You wake up in the morning, it looked like somebody smeared doo-doo on it. It just be all smeared up. It wasn't right. It wasn't right when he did it at night. It was never right when he did it at night. But when he did it in the daytime, shit used to be fucking hard, raw. But also what Benji used to do, because this is the type of shit C-heads do, C-head shit. After he got done washing your car, it'd be a little puddle of the, little puddle would have formed somewhere underneath the car, right? I swear to God, y'all, if you paid Benji $2, he would get in push-up form. He would do a push-up down to the strange liquid on the ground that's spray bottle. I don't even know what chemicals in them bottles, but it got your car clean. So it's car cleaning chemicals with the water. He would get in push-up he would drop down because he was strong as fuck. Benji was stronger than a motherfucker. He would drop down and he'd take a swig of that water for $2. Now, ask me how many times I paid Benji $2 to see him do that. I couldn't tell you how many times I paid Benji $2 to see him do that shit. I'm not lying. How could I make that up? Think about what I'm telling you. I'm the best storyteller ever if I made that up. This really happened. And the guy, you ask anybody from my hood, anybody, everybody know Benji. Benji about 5'2", 5'3". He looked like Ben Vereen's long lost brother. Short, little gray. He had like a little gray fro. Looked like the top of my microphone. Like think like the top of my microphone, but gray. That's how that nigga head was shaped. And this was in early 2000s. So he been old since the early 2000s. But he's still alive and kicking. He's still alive and kicking. Seen him in the hood. Look totally different. Totally different. He had a wife. I think he had a wife or a girlfriend the whole time. And she helped him get off of that shit. Benji was actually a good dude. Like Benji actually a good cat. Like he a solid cat. Yeah. Anyways, though, and hey, but here go the fun. Here go the funniest Benji story I got. One time in the middle of the day, it had to be June or July because it was hot as fuck. And we was gathered, hood activities. We were around the park. It's about, the hood used to be jumping in the 90s. It was jumping. We had to, we kicking it. My homies is kicking it in one corner. But it's all the hood is out there. All the gangbangers, everybody out there. The girls is out, everybody out. We just chilling literally in the middle of the hood by the rec center, by where the rec center is, community center. Swear to God, this nigga Benji, middle of the day, this nigga got a big razor. The white with the yellow top, the white with the little orange top bics. He got the white with the orange top big. This nigga doing like this. Hey, but here go the most diabolical part. No shaving cream. No lubricant. Hey, when I tell y'all, I remember who was there with me. It was me, Boney, the homie Jip, Pac-Man, and Saquon. And we was all standing there. And we was looking at that nigga, and he was looking at us. And we was fucking crying. We were crying. We damn near passed out from laughing. Like, I was like, what? Why is this nigga shaving against the grain with no lubrication whatsoever? That ain't psycho. That's crack. See? You're not listening. That's not psychotic. That's just rock. And that's what makes it crack. Oh my God. Oh shit. Y'all wasn't there, man. Y'all wasn't there. That nigga couldn't feel nothing. He didn't spit on it or nothing. I was like, no lubrication? Oh, yeah. I sit down and listen to a crackhead talk all day. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We would be around like, because the niggas was funny. In my hood, they wasn't stealing or nothing either. We had a good ecosystem. We fed, you know what I mean? Everybody ate. Everybody eats, B. Everybody eats. Everybody was eating, baby. No, we wasn't on that type of time in our hood. We was, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their shit, and, you can leave your door unlocked. Like, I've never lived in a safer neighborhood than the neighborhood I grew up in. Like, never for me, I'm saying. Like maybe the neighborhoods, like the neighborhood I live in is safer, but it wasn't safer for me. Like, that was the safest neighborhood I've ever lived in for me and my family. I could leave my front door wide open. Nothing would happen. Somebody would close it and come tell me like, hey man, your door, because it happened like, hey man, your door was open. I saw I close it. I didn't know if you wanted me to lock it. I didn't lock it though. I'd be like, all right, bet. Nobody run up in your spot. The one time somebody did break into somebody's house, we found out who it was. Niggas ran the fade to get the shit back. Twins did it. Twin did it, actually. Twin did it to the homie LaBeouf. Ran up in they shit. Matter of fact, the homegirl in here, ask that nigga Aaron about that shit. Mel, hey, if you in here, Mel, ask that nigga Aaron about when them niggas broke into their house. When them niggas broke into their house. Yeah. Yep. They broke into the homie house. Yep. Around Christmas time. Stole all that shit. I know you don't talk to that nigga. Hey, this shit happened 30 years ago. Ain't no drive snitching. This shit long, everybody know what happened, nigga. It was a fight. It was literally a fight in the middle of the hood. Them niggas was fighting. We found out who it was, and niggas squared up. Nigga was like, give me my shit back. They stole their Christmas presents like 2 days before Christmas. Everybody knew who did it. And the oldest son of the family fought the nigga. They was like the same age. They got down with each other in the hood. Like, I remember that shit like it was yesterday. That shit was crazy. If you ever If you ever have the opportunity to talk to Aaron about that shit, ask that nigga. Say, hey, did somebody ever rob y'all when you was young in the Dells? And burglarize your house in the Dells? That nigga be like, yup. Did y'all know who it was? Yup. Did your brother fight him? Yup. Mm-hmm. Fought them niggas in the back by his house. I remember that shit vividly. Remember the Grinch in the Friday After Next? Yep. Same shit. Well, Uncle Roy say, I wish he was here now. Remember the niggas was smoking in the back behind the by the dumpsters? Nigga, Uncle Elroy. I wish he was here now. That nigga walked up next to him. Man, I be trying to tell people how fun it is being black. You just can't really put that shit into words, man. You can't really there's no way to quite describe how fun it is to be black, but it is. It's a good experience. It really is a good experience. Especially when you like make it out of some shit and you like, you thrive and you good, man. That shit, you be like, woo. I've tried to explain it. You can't. It's impossible. That shit kind of, like they say, it's kind of dangerous, but it's lit. It's a little dangerous, but it's fun as fuck, though. I ain't gonna even hold you. That's why, why you think we the funniest niggas on the planet? Funniest people on the planet is black Americans. That ain't even me being biased. Y'all think I'm not being biased. The funniest people on God's green earth is black Americans. Us, we won. I probably got, this might be a little biased, but I think I got Mexicans number 2, man. My man, it's so goddamn funny. Maybe just because I get their humor like second most to black people humor. Man, they funny as shit. They be having me fucking crying. I be fucking rolling. Everything they say be funny to me. I'm like, this shit is so funny. God damn. Then I got Nigerians third. Nigerians is top 3. Yep, look. Nigerians is third. No doubt. Nigerians is third. They right there. They're my top 3. I don't know about everybody after that. I don't know. Everybody after that, I don't know. Jamaicans is funny. Hell yeah. Jamaicans is funny too. But they be too serious. Jamaicans be too serious, man. They be too serious. I don't never take Nigerians seriously. Them niggas is always joking. Them niggas is never serious. That's why they so fucking funny. They just be, I'm like, nah, they playing right now. Nah, Nigerians is intentionally funny. They funny as shit. Nigerian parents are unintentionally funny. Nigerian parents are unintentionally funny. I'll be laughing at them. I ain't gonna lie. But Nigerian, just individually, they funny as shit. They be joking. They be kikiing. They funny. They funny as fuck. They be having me fucking rolling. Nigerian parents, though, I'll be like, oh my God. This shit so... Look, you said it. The most unserious people on the continent. Nigerians, I don't never take them. They always joking. One of my best homies was Nigerian. That nigga, he was always playing. Everything he said was a joke. Everything he said was exaggerated. Everything. I'm like, this nigga ain't never serious. But Nigerian parents is on some other shit. On the children goes. Hold on. I was about to say it. You know Nigerians is funny? Because they scams be funny. Nigerian scams be funny as fuck. The scams be funny. The premise for the scam, funny as shit. But people be falling for it, don't get me wrong. But I'm like, there ain't no way. Ain't no way. This is hilarious. I don't even be mad at him. I don't even be mad at him for trying to scam me. I be laughing. Man, early 2000s, that must have been the time, boy. They was, if you had an email address, they done sent you a few emails. I done got a few emails from the Princess Zamunda. I got a good amount of them. I thought I knew the nigga at some point. I was like, damn. Shit, maybe I do got a little royalty in my blood. Wait. All these princes keep hitting me up. There might be something there. They've been scamming since AOL, since dial-up. They've been scamming since dial-up, man. Since you used to have to wait to get on the internet. They've been scamming since you couldn't talk on your phone and be on the internet at the same time. You gotta respect that. You gotta respect that shit. That right there earned a lot of respect for me. Yeah, niggas sold the airport to another country. Do you see what I'm saying? The scams are so ridiculous. Like, we got 4X. That's a black people. That's an Atlanta black person scam. 4X. 4X is the apex of nigga scams in America. Now, if you think about what 4X is, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. It ain't hardy hard. You don't be like, this shit is so fun. It's pretty funny though. It's pretty funny. Selling an airport that don't exist to a country is next level funny as fuck. That's just funny. Where's the movie at? I know they got an Hollywood movie for it. Where's the American movie for that? We need that movie. Like, don't remake. I don't want to see another fucking Captain Marvel or goddamn Batman and nothing like that. I want to see that story. That's the story we need. 242 million. Crazy. They made that movie, Catch Me If You Can, about the little white boy that was bouncing checks everywhere. That's cool and all. This nigga stole $242 million from a government. Where is that story? Huh? Put that shit on the silver screen, please. Thank you. Put Idris Elba in it and then build the cast around him. I don't know who he gonna play, if he gonna play the main character or the side. I don't give a fuck. Get Idris there, get Damson in that motherfucker. Get the nigga from get the nigga from the dude that played Huey, the nigga that played Fred Hampton. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's get some money going for that. Like, we need something. We need to get that going. Cause I need to see that shit. Yeah. Kaluuya. Get that boy. Get the black boy that played the Star Wars nigga. The black boy from Star Wars. Get my guy. I like him too. Get him too. Get him, get them three. Do not get Michael B. Jordan. No, I don't want to see no American black people in it. No, thank you. Get my nigga Adebisi from what's the show where they was in jail? Get Adebisi in that motherfucker. Yeah, man. Yeah. Oz. Yeah, get my nigga Adebisi from Oz in there. Yeah, man. Come on. Come on, man. Yeah, John Boyega. I like that boy. He's solid. Yeah, Oz was the shit. Oz was my shit. Mm-hmm. And get my girl in it too. She American, but she, but I just like her because she funny. Get Z-Way in there too, because I like Z-Way. Find a spot for Z-Way in your movie if you can. If you making black people movies, somebody find a spot for Z-Way. She deserve a spot. She funny as shit. She be having me every time I watch all her content. It's funny. Get Z-Way in there too, man. Just throw just a little razzle dazzle. I don't know who she got. Whatever. She can play somebody. Love interest. I don't give a fuck. She need to be in there though. Hush Puppy, who also scam millions of Americans. I love it when they get Americans. They funny. Anyways, all right, man. God damn it. Y'all done got me off on a tangent. Reminiscing. Anyways, what we gonna do? The deadbeats, nah, they don't want to talk about it. They mad, I know. They mad, I know. They don't want to talk about it. Yeah, get Lupita in there too. Anything with Lupita in it, I'm gonna watch it. Anything with Lupita in it, I'm gonna watch it. Don't worry about it. I knew this was gonna be a tough one. I knew this was gonna be a tough one. They want to talk about dating and hating black women. This is about dating, though. This is about dating. Why did your relationship fail? You had a baby with a woman. That baby is young. That woman is at her most vulnerable. That baby is at his most vulnerable. And somehow, some way, you found out a way to fuck that up. How did you do it? Under 5, you couldn't even stick around to the baby went to preschool, to pre-K. You couldn't make it to pre-K. What you do, nigga? That's what you do, man. Nah. I believe you, Dante. I believe you. I've seen it before. I've seen that. I've seen that before. Ain't nothing you could do about that. But what's going on, man? You couldn't even get the baby to school? I'll be so disappointed in y'all sometimes. I ain't even joking. I'll be really disappointed in men sometimes with that type of shit. When we was watching that red balloon pop the balloon show, whatever, Arlette messy ass, when that boy said he had a baby, he said, "Oh, I got a son." They said, "How old is he?" That nigga said 8 months. I said, "What the fuck?" 8 months. 8 months, nigga. Bro, if you don't go home and buy that baby some motherfucking Similac, if you don't run home and go wait for your baby mama to call you and ask you for something, what are you doing? How do you even have time to be here? That's what I don't be understanding. Your baby 8 months, how are you outside? You should either be at work or with your baby. What are you doing? That shit don't even make sense to me. I don't care if you ain't with the baby mama. You ain't got to be together. I would hope that you had she trusts you around her at least, so you can go over there and relieve her. DDG. DDG. Exactly. DDG, exactly. You DDG niggas is diabolical. How? What up, Gerbil?
Hey, what's up?
Chilling.
I wanted to answer the prompt.
Go ahead. Hold on.
Okay.
Gotta get my mic fixed. Right, go ahead. We good. All right.
Okay. So men with young children below 5 who aren't with their mothers, how did you feel? Yeah, I was gonna say that I don't even date men that have children that are below the age of 5 because I feel like they could still work it out with their baby's mothers because like what are you doing? Like what are you really doing? That baby is still in the age that baby needs both of the parents together. Mm-hmm. And you need to be trying to work it out or at least not dating anybody else until y'all can figure out how to co-parent correctly. Both people should not be in a relationship until they can at least figure out how to co-parent correctly.
Facts. 100%. What up, Emma Rue? Uh-oh. There she goes.
Hey, oh, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted like to answer your prompt and okay. Let me just give a brief background on like with my career. I am a researcher. I am an MD. Like I am on my sabbatical, by the way, until February. So.
Hey Emma, I could barely hear you. You're like real like muffled. I could barely hear it.
Oh, I'm sorry. How about now?
Same thing.
Oh.
Just go. If you can't do it, if you can't fix it, just go. We could make it out, but I could like. I'm trying to hear it though. You good? So.
Can you guys like hear me now? Am I more loud?
It's the same. It just sounds muffled. You just got like some feedback or something. I don't know what it is, but we good. Go ahead.
Like I'm saying, I am an MD. My specialty is epidemiologist and geneticist. I am a researcher. So, and according to, your prompt, I would say like, especially like with men, when you say like, men with young children, especially below 5 years old, who aren't with their mother, how did you feel? And I would say, according to like whatever research we do, majority of these men, this majority of kids are born during the summer and fall periods. During the seasons, summer and fall, and the conception also happens, between like late fall into the winter times. And also, if you study it, that is according to, whatever we have been taught, my schooling and everything else. Research says, and that's part of the research that we do too. That's during the sports season. Majority of the sports season and everything else ends during the, early summer or, late spring during that time. And so the men are idle, and that's when they come and pretend to like, they fall back into this. Oh, I'm your man. They start pretending. I don't want to say pretending, but they fall back into this like, I am helping in the household and this and that, to kind of fill up their idle time with the women. And that's when now, the intimacy aspect gets fulfilled for them, because now the women are like, oh my God, my man is, is involved now and this and that. And then, that happens, the act happens, and then the conception starts. Conception starts, and then the sports, most, as you can see also, most sports seasons start, especially like when you look at basketball and football, they start between August and October, And for the soccer followers, especially like for international, we also do like international studies. For the international and soccer. Okay, let me say football. Football. That is what soccer is known as the international one. So for the international point of view, for soccer, it's the same. Soccer starts and during the same period of time as well. June, between June, July, August. They have the pre-seasons, the friendlies.
So basically, you're just saying that men are impregnating women when it is cold outside, like we call it cuffing season. They're impregnating women in the wintertime. And then in the summertime, they're like, women are out, they're out, it's time to move around. And that's when a lot of the neglect happens, and they end up, might even end up getting kicked out or forced out the relationship or broken up with, or whatever the case may be.
Yes, sir, you are right. So, and that's what I'm doing. That's what we do during my studies. Right now I am on my I'm on my sabbatical right now until February. So, but that is like in summary, whatever you've done, whatever you've summarized it to, that is exactly what happens. And that is why also if you study as well, one of the studies we are doing right now is the rise of domestic violence happening in households during the sports period of time when, the sports,
During wintertime. Yeah. When
exactly.
they're drinking more too. They're drinking more during sports times and stuff like that.
You are right. Mm-hmm. You are right. And that is the period of time when the kids have been born as well. Mm-hmm. Or when
they're being conceived.
All this is happening.
Yeah, they're being conceived.
Yeah, they have been conceived and also born. Because if you do the timeline, they are conceived
also, also people don't be. I mean, I won't say I'm not. This has nothing to do with me personally, but a lot of people don't be hunching in the summertime because it's hot.
Oh yeah, summertime as well. Yeah, that makes sense too. But but if you're looking at we're just talking about overall aspect. People, especially men, they don't care if it's hot, if it's cold.
Yeah.
If it's.
I don't care if it's hot or it's cold, but I think there are a lot of couples that be like it's too hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah, but I hope you get what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
In an overall point of view.
No, I totally understand.
Exactly what's happening now.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what's happening now because the kids are conceived during the cold, fall, during the cold season when fall is starting or autumn. I also do my research in Europe as well. So there's autumn period and, Asia is considered autumn as well. So we do, the kids are conceived during autumn period when it's low, the winter season and this period. And then in America, it's the same as well. So when that happens, when you do the timeline and then when the kids are born, June, July, August, September,
mm-hmm.
and then boom, that's when all that starts happening, especially when that is when now the women are experiencing the postpartum,
mm-hmm.
The women experiencing the postpartum depression,
yep.
Especially after birth. And after when they conceive during that time, when they give birth during that time, that's what happens. And then when they're expressing now to the men, and especially now, can you imagine the stress? The women is experiencing this stress, and the men is also experiencing this stress. Their favorite sports team is losing during this period of time, and the women is coming in and saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
So,
no, we get it. That was a good perspective too. I never.
So that is my point. That is what I'd like to say, and I will sum it up there.
Thank you, Emma.
I hope that makes sense.
It did. I totally got it. I think we all got that too. What up, T? Mm-hmm. What up, T?
Hey, Pub. How you doing?
I'm great. What's going on with you?
Not much. I just got my kids from school, but I just wanted to come up here and talk about how literally having children will make and break a relationship, even marriage, sometimes, because I've experienced being left when I was pregnant, and even afterwards, a lot of men don't even realize how dangerous it is for a woman to give birth, and even the recovery process is not easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like the lady said, postpartum depression, it is very hard on a woman, especially with having to juggle recovering and then taking care of a baby. A lot of men just don't even care and don't even want to research postpartum depression or anything like that. So it's men just have the option to just leave and not have to care about anything that the mother of their child is going through.
That's facts.
So they just, honestly, I think it boils down to just them not caring. They don't care.
Yeah, I agree. Men show a def. We just don't give a fuck, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, 100%. We got it.
My last pregnancy, I have a 7-month-old right now. My last pregnancy, me and my husband got into it, and he left. And this was during the time when I was actually recovering. And he like didn't even realize that I had to go back to the hospital because I was diagnosed with postpartum cardiomyopathy, which means like I had some things with my heart after having our child. Like, it's that serious. Like, birth is just like the closest thing to death for women, and men do not understand that. So it's just, yeah.
So how did y'all reconcile that?
Therapy.
Okay.
And he actually was the one that initiated therapy because I initially didn't want to because I was so like upset with that. It was like just leaving. But he initiated it, and he sees like how wrong that was, and we're working through that. But yeah, that was a tough time for me.
I believe it. Yeah, after having them babies, man, that shit be crazy for women. I've observed it twice with my wife. It was a wild time physically. I learned a lot. Me personally, after her first pregnancy, like I was not like, I didn't know what the fuck to expect, but by the second time, you know what I mean? It was like 2 years in between. So I was like way better. Like, I was like a completely different person the second time around. That was dope. So I know that helped us out a lot. But it really was. She was just like, you cannot. She told me straight out before she got pregnant. She was like, you cannot be like how you were at the end of my last pregnancy. And I was like, I won't. Trust me. I learned. I was a fucking idiot. My bad.
Right. But yeah, I think it just boils down to selfishness and the lack of just wanting to understand. I think that's what it boils down to.
Yep. A general lack of just care for women, you know. That's typically what's going on. What did I do? What didn't I do? I was fucking terrible. What up, Shemaine?
Man, after the douchebaggery this morning, that's all I'm gonna say. After the douchebaggery this morning,
it was a lot. We was going through some things this morning.
Oh man, yeah. Your haters made me tired. I had to take a nap.
Don't engage with them, man. Them niggas is crazy. I be just trying to get them to come on the live. I'm like, I don't got time to respond to y'all all fucking day. If you come on the live, we can get it out in like 30 minutes. But y'all, they don't ever want to come to the live. They want to be hiding behind their little screens and shit. So
yeah. Jay Will was with me too, helping out, man, because it was making me tired. I said, nah, let me take a nap. Like, I can't do it. Like, yeah, we're not gonna do this today. Y'all annoying. So anyway, man, this topic right here is interesting, and the reason why I say it's interesting because for real, I really do feel like sometimes we just need to stop having children with men altogether. It doesn't make any sense at this point because it's bad enough our bodies have to go through enough, and I only had one, and me having that one was enough to tell me, yeah, nah, I'm good, because it really puts a real strain on our bodies. It puts a real strain on us emotionally. It puts a strain on us on every single level there is, and nobody can understand that. And as a person who went and the good thing I love about it is that I didn't get to just to see it from my own perspective. Remember, I got a grandchild now, so I got to see the birth of my grandchild too, which was amazing. So I got to see it I got to see it from the outside looking in, and the amount of ways that we have to go through to not only give birth, but to after giving birth. I looked at my daughter, and mind you, when I saw my grandson's birth, my daughter ain't show no pain at all. I was like, yo, dude, you better than me, bro. I told her, I said, yo, dude, you better than me, bro. She was like, wait. I was like, yo. I was like, the contractions didn't bug you out? She was like, yeah, they bugged me out, but it didn't bug me out that bad. I said, nah, you better than me, because they bugged me out. I was not, you know what I'm saying? She was like, no, she was like, I was all right. I was like, I wasn't. So you better be me. I said, because that's crazy. But, and the fact that, you know what I'm saying, as we went through that and me and her together, and that's a great experience too. So that's the only thing that I could say for me having both spectrums. But men will never understand those both spectrums the way that I've understood them. For somebody who gave birth to somebody also watched a birth, that's a whole nother level. If you get what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, like it's a totally whole different level.
Fact.
So men will never understand that type of level, and it kind of irritates me that they will never understand that, because if you claim that you love women, that you care for women, that you this, that, and the third, and yada, 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 then don't you think as a man you would want to listen to women instead of trying to think that women are trying to tell you something bad? Like, it gets tiring talking to them. It's like talking to brick walls, and then you just want to just say, you know what? Let me stop talking to the brick wall. Since the brick wall don't want to listen, okay, I'm gonna just leave you where you at. Why keep doing it? It makes no sense.
I think that it's men we don't have to. There's like little to no like repercussions for being in the place that we're in right now. So yeah, it's just, you know, it just is what it is, man. We don't got to be in that. There's nothing that's gonna you know, nothing's gonna harm us, or there's no repercussions. So men are just like, why not keep doing it? And that's sad, because we should want to do it just because it's the right thing to do. We should want to do it because, you know, you want to see somebody else happy, or you want to see other people happy, or whatever, and safe and all of that stuff. But we just like refuse to grow. So it's hard to have the conversations. You know what I mean? I'm trying not to make, I'm tired of it being like where we got to punish men to get them to listen. You know, I want them to be able to do it on their own, because I think that would actually be more transformative anyway, if they're doing it because they want to and not doing it because they have to. You know?
I agree with that, and I would love for that too. But like I said, it's like breaking down a wall that you just can't break at this point. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to talk. And I say this too because I've had men, and you've seen me talk to them, and I've said to them, listen, why do I as a woman have to keep telling you something that you as a man should want to listen to? Because obviously that's where the disdainment is. Like, we shouldn't, as women, we shouldn't have to keep telling men over and over again the same thing over and over again. It gets tiring. And after it gets tiring, then men will come into your comment section, they'll come in everyone's comment section, or they'll come in real life and be like, oh, well, why you just didn't want to be around me? Because I got tired of hearing. I got tired of talking. Mm-hmm. I got tired. I don't want to, like, listen, who wants to keep repeating the same stuff like a broken record? After that, it's like, oh, yeah, you know what? I'm done. I don't want to, you don't want to listen. So then I just don't want to. So then after that, I'm going to just like check out. That's all. I'm just going to check out after that. There's no point of talking to you if I'm going to check out. So now I'm checking out on the relationship. I'm checking out on my marriage. I'm checking out on us. I'm checking out on us, period. Because if you don't want to do the work to listen and be able to be my partner to communicate, then I'm not going to keep wasting my time in this relationship to keep communicating with you.
Yeah.
It's no point. It's pointless.
Yeah. At a certain point, you just got to throw in the towel.
Yeah, it's like check. Yeah, and sometimes men think that that's easy for us. It's not that as easy as you think.
Yeah.
And that's another problem. It's not as easy. Every time when they bring this up, they're like, oh yeah, y'all just want to divorce quick. No. Yeah. No woman wants to divorce or get rid of a man that they love, that they spend time with, that they put effort in, that they put profit on, that they gave everything to, that they gave children to. Mm-hmm. No woman wants to do that. There's no woman on the planet that wants to do that. You make us want to do that. Yeah. That's what you don't get. And if you don't understand that, then we can't help you.
I think what happens is that certain women do that faster and some women do it slower, right? One of the groups of women are educated women, to be honest with you. You know, women with degrees and whatnot, they're quicker to cut a motherfucker off. And that's probably because they have more options. And I'm not talking about men. I'm saying like they have more like economic option. You know what I mean? Like they're not as economically unstable. So they'll like, yeah, and I'll cut a nigga off, whatever. But it doesn't mean that the other women don't want to cut men off more. They just, I think some of them are like more trapped financially or whatever the situation is, unfortunately.
And for those women, I always tell them, y'all gotta, at some point, y'all gonna have to realize that at the end of the day, your health and well-being and the well-being of your children should be most important to you than whether or not if homie is still gonna financially support you. Yeah. Like him financially support you should not be worth more than the health and the well-being of you and your children. At the end of the day, at some point, your mom's gonna have to say, you know what? Let me just get out of this for the safety of me and for the safety of my kids.
Facts.
But they'll figure it out one day. It is what it is. Thanks, bub.
All right, Shemaine. What up, Allie?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I came to kind of piggyback off of Charmaine and what she was saying. I think a lot of times people really underestimate the small things that slowly but surely like create like the snowball effect, and it starts to become bigger issues. Mm-hmm. Like leaving your shoes in the middle of the floor while I'm walking around with a newborn baby, or like just, you know, peeling your clothes off with the drawers still in the pants when I'm trying to like be more efficient at my chores while you're gone at work and I'm trying to finish laundry or wash dishes, whatever the case may be, and you are like in every way, shape, or form like making it just harder for me to complete those tasks while I'm trying to tend to children, is what creates bigger issues. And that's where the failing begins. You know, just a real personal experience for me is like, that's what happened. Like, it wasn't necessarily like, you know, cheating or, you know, feeling like I'm like in a financial bind or anything. It's like you tell yourself it's not that big of a deal, but it is a big deal because the man believes that it's a small matter. Like me leaving my shoes in the middle of the floor shouldn't be so drastic to where you want to go run down to the courthouse to divorce me. That's nothing. I can change that. But you know, if I happen to forget to do that 4 times out of a week span, that shouldn't be a big enough deal. But that, in addition to you leaving dishes everywhere, you leaving your clothes in the middle of the floor, you not helping, you know, with the child, you get to come home and just literally clock out of like reality. Once you clock out of your job, like all of that piles up and it becomes a bigger issue. But men don't see it that way. They just look at it as, these are small things. Why are you making a big deal about it?
I think men do see it that way, but we just play dumb about it. We know it's a big deal. Because men will say, because the thing is men, like I did a video yesterday on, I was talking about in the video, what's that dude, Hitman Holla was like, and women will just leave you for like a little thing. And they never say what the little thing is. But when you talk to men, the little thing is like cheating. The little thing is, like you said, or if it ain't cheating, it's abusing. If it ain't that, or I just did it a couple times. If it ain't that, then it's neglecting. If it ain't that, then it's, you know, manipulating. If it's not that, then it's never helping out. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. It's like y'all know that the shit is a major fucking problem, man. And it don't be just that though. Like a man that is unwilling to pick up his underwear or whatever the case may be, a man that is unwilling to help out around the house is probably also the same man that's not going to pay attention to you. That's also the same man who's not going to pay attention to the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like the majority of the time, I'm not saying like that man doesn't exist, but I'm saying most of the time those things are connected, you know?
Yeah, and I also think that they use this idea that because they work,
that's what makes them forgetful, or that they can't really understand the need for why you need to pick up your clothes, why you need to pick up your shoes, why you need to, help out with some of the things around the home, or be able to understand your child that you brought into the world. They'll use the excuse that, well, I've been working at work for 10, 12 hours a day. But they can be completely, they're able to completely comprehend how to plan out their day if they're working and a game is on that night. I get home, yes. I'm able to take my shower, by 6 o'clock, eat dinner or have dinner at least taken care of, so that by the time the game starts at 8:30, then I can be in front of the TV. I have my food hot and ready, and things will be good. Or if they're going out of town with their friends on a guy's trip for like a bachelor trip or something like that, they can completely work out the details of where they're going to stay, where they're going to go to. Even if they don't even have like an itinerary, they know at least what's in the area locally that they can probably hit up. Or around the time, like just recently, like when they do the what's the thing called that you just did with your friends? Fantasy football. They're able to meet up. They can tell you the players they know from 1865 who played what position for what team. Like they're able to comprehend and understand how to do those things. But you can't tell me what size your kid shoe size is, or you can't tell me, how to properly bathe your child, or when their next dentist appointment is. That's what's like, that is what becomes frustrating for the mom or the other parent, because they see that you're capable of being able to do it on one end, but when it comes to like handling your responsibilities in the parenting department or for your home, it starts to get a little shaky. I think that's where the feeling comes. Thanks, Pub.
No problem. They know all the player stats. They know all the players' birthdays, but they don't know their kids' birthday. Nigga know the day Kobe Bryant was born, but not the day their son Kobe was born. That shit crazy. Go.
I just kind of wanted to piggyback off what Allie was saying, and you kind of said this yesterday when you were talking to one of those dudes. I think it was Ken, about how, and he was like laughing and agreeing with you about how men get to come home and turn their brains off, essentially. Like y'all come home and everything is pretty much taken care of. When you have a wife, when you have a woman in the home, and I think that's what happens so often, that it's not that they, are incapable or that they can't do it. It's just because you're there, they don't even think about it or consider doing it, because they know it's going to get done, and it's going to get done by somebody else. And that's one of the biggest issues, is that like, and I've said this before, that people never consider, when people always talk about two homes or a two-parent household is better than one, and the father needs to be in the home. People never consider the possibility that a child can get a more involved father when the mother leaves that home. Sadly. Like when the mother leaves and they have to co-parent, a child can get more active, like, involvement from his father. Like, I'll use myself as an example. I usually avoid the personals, but I can't with this one. When I was in the home with my son's dad, I would say on a good week, he parented 20% of the time. That was a good week. Now he parents 50% of the time every week. So that's the difference. Like, when I was living with him bathing my son was like because I wasn't home. Or, because I couldn't do it, or, just randomly he decided to do it that night. But it was very few and far in between. Him putting our son to bed, very few and far in between. Him getting up in the morning to, when he started going to school, going to daycare, take him to daycare, or him packing up the daycare bags and making the bottles and making sure he's like, I made my son homemade food. He never ate from a jar. Him doing the purees and making the baby food, never, not one time. When I moved out, when I left him, now half the week he's taking his son to school. He's picking his son up from school. He's giving his son a bath. He's putting his son to bed. He's taking his son to swim lessons. Like, my son didn't get an active dad until I left him.
That's fucked up.
Because he just would not do it because I was there. So why should he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that, hey, and your son lucky. Because in a lot of cases, in most cases, that don't happen.
That's true. He could have just continued to not do it. Like, he could have, you know, not just completely turned into a deadbeat. And so, yeah, I am lucky that didn't happen. But it's like, when you're in the situation, it's like, well, what's the difference? It doesn't really matter. If he, like, I wasn't afraid of that because how would that be any different? Like, I already do it mostly by myself. That the little help that he gives, I can get from my family. That's like a cousin helping out, an aunt, you know, my mom. I could get that level of help from my family. So what would be the difference? So that didn't deter me and make me feel like, oh, well, you know, what if he turns into a deadbeat and doesn't want to do anything at all? I mean, what would change?
Also, when you're with the person, that I think the expectations, you know, that causes anxiety too. So
exactly,
like seeing a mother, like it's a difference between not being with the person and them not contributing and them sitting on a fucking couch and you can see them sitting right there and them niggas not contributing. Like, that's a different thing.
And that person also has the nerve to, you know, have complaints or tell you what you need to be doing more of when it comes to the relationship, or complaining about, you know, the lack of sex in the relationship, or, you know what I mean? Like, and you got all that on top of it. And it's like, when you get to the point where you're fantasizing about having weekends off when you can send the kid for the weekend to his dad, it's time to go. Like, because why am I in the home with you? And I'm picturing, what would it be like if we just shared custody and I could just send him to his dad for the weekend and I could just have 2 days to myself?
God damn. Let me read these super chats real quick. Osa said, if he can be competent at work, that's a big if. We're just gonna start right there. Osa, that's a big if. If he could be competent at work, he could be competent at home, but we know niggas ain't competent at work either. Tia said, it's weaponized incompetence, willful ignorance. 100%. 100%. What up, Lynn?
What up, y'all? I came up because I wanted to answer the prop. Men with young children below 5 who are with the mothers are a red flag.
Of course.
Period. To me, so a single woman without kids, it's a red flag.
It should be.
Right?
It should be. No doubt about it.
I be involved with y'all, and I spread this message to single women everywhere. So, stay with your baby mama and work it out. Be a better man. Because I'm coming around the corner to tell every single woman who don't have kids, don't deal with baby daddies. You're not going to be able to leave your baby mama and come to me and pawn your child off on me. I'm not going to help with the hair. I'm not going to help with girly things. You're not going to be able to pawn 50% of your custody off on me. I'm not helping. I'm not even going to date you. It's not attractive. It's not cute. And the incompetence is very much so evident. If I talk to a man, because that's as far as it'll get, is a talk to, because now men are trying to follow behind women and not tell people that they have kids. If I talk to a man and I later find out that he has a child and I begin to question him about his kid just for the heck of it, I'm not going nowhere with you. I'm not dating you. But a lot of y'all give y'all deadbeat daddiness away in the first breath. Like, a lot of y'all sound like horror stories. Even the men without kids. Like, people ask me, why are you single? Why are you single? Y'all sound horrific. Y'all are red flags. I want a woman who gonna do this. I want a woman who gonna cook and clean. I want a woman who gonna just, like, it sounds like I don't want to be a part of this. It like, not being submissive sounds terrible. Like, y'all got a horrible marketing team for dating. I can smell the incompetence when y'all come up and y'all say, like, I need a woman to do this. I need a woman who gonna do this. I need a woman who gonna do this. And y'all ain't telling me shit that y'all doing. Like, what are you doing? You don't like to cook with your mate? You don't like to wake up on Saturday morning and y'all both cleaning?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just feel like the woman should be doing everything. And you think that I would really try to have, like, a family with you. Like, I would go anywhere with you when you already sound like you about to pawn all of our life and livelihood off on me. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm the freaking maid or I'm the freaking cook. Like, sir, please. Like, again, y'all need a better marketing team.
Shit, them niggas need to be better. Tia said, ladies have to stop giving wife level for nothing, for nothingness. I don't know what that means. What that means?
This to their wives too. That's the point. Like a man, like the things that we're complaining about. If y'all think that a man that's gonna show up like that for his girlfriend and his baby won't show up like that for his wife and his baby, I hate to break it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That sounds like, I hate when women say that because it sounds like, don't give him wife privileges until you trap him. Don't give him wife privileges as a girlfriend so you can trap him into being a husband. I don't even want that nigga as a husband. If that's what wife privileges is, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Yeah, that shit is weird.
I want that man as a husband. I don't want it. That's not my wife privileges. I'm sorry. It's a no.
It's so funny that if we say that marriage isn't like, it ain't important and, or, you know, it ain't shit, right? Or whatever. Maybe. Then at the same time, people be like, I'm not doing that until I'm your husband. I'm not doing that until I'm your wife. And I'm like, there really shouldn't be anything like, as far as you're like, care, like, I get not having kids until you get married. I get not buying a house until you get married. I get, you know, I get certain things like, don't do that until you get married. But like, if you already living with a person, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Well, I mean, shit, if we was married, I would clean up more. What? So you've been hiding, you've been holding back cleaning up this whole time, waiting until we get married? Be gone. Like, that's weird. That's just weird shit. Like, I've never understood that. But like I said, I get doing like major things. Like, I'm not gonna do that until you commit to me. I'm not gonna have a baby.
Yeah, no, I understand the commitment of it too, and not doing major things like that without the commitment. But even what I'm saying is the commitment doesn't change the person. It doesn't change the character.
It doesn't.
And that's what I'm like. There are a lot of women right now who are married single moms. There's a lot of women that are living the same exact life that I described. The only difference is they've been doing it for 10 years and the man is her husband. That doesn't make it any better. The only difference is it's slightly harder it's really not that, well, I guess divorce can be hard depending on what state you're in, but it's slightly harder to leave because she can't just leave. She has to go through a divorce. Mm-hmm. It's even more hard to leave because she doesn't want the shame of a divorce. She doesn't want the shame of becoming a single mom. I already was, so I skipped that part. There was no shame. I already was, so like, I didn't even have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm. What up, KR?
Hi guys. Hi Bocanito. Please don't interrupt me. Wait. Please wait.
What up, Angie?
Hello, hi to the host and everybody on his panel and the guests. I just wanted to come to just shed a little bit of light on what the kind of piggyback off of what the other ladies were saying. I think it starts too first, like choosing the caliber of a man that we select. I think some of these things that us women are requiring or wanting or coming to the realization once we're in relationships or marriages with these men are signs that they've already displayed before we got with them and decided to have a family or kids with them. I personally went through that myself with staying with a man, having children, and you just being the sole person to do everything. Like a man, I feel like those standards need to be, they have to be, what's the word for it? Like you need to set those standards ahead of time
And like I said, it just depends on the caliber of a man, because there are some men that take their kids to daycare. They wake up with their, they braid their children's hair. They got a whole routine that they do with their children. So I think as women, we just need to be more selective on who we choose as partners. I think that's where it starts.
Okay. So you think that's where it starts? I gotta disagree a little bit. I think where it starts is with the man's character. Would you not agree with that? How would it start with the woman choosing and not with the man actually being a better person?
No, you're right. I could say that too as well. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I think where it starts is with men developing into better people, and then making it easier for women to make better decisions when they're choosing men, because they're not lying and masking, or they don't change with the wind, or whatever the case may be. Or even when they do feel like a change is coming on, they go address it. They go, because it's okay to react to like a life-changing event like having a child. You may think going into it as a man or a woman, you may go into it thinking, I got this. I'm perfectly okay. Right. And then halfway, and I'm talking about halfway through having a child, like the child's like 9 years old. I'm saying like halfway through the pregnancy, stuff could happen. You can start feeling anxieties. You can see there's a shift or whatever. But then you got to go address that. You got to okay, what is that? Wait, that's never happened before. We've never fought like this before. We've never talked to each other like this before. She's never felt this way about me before, whatever. And then you address it. Right. That's okay. That's, to me, that's human. That's fine. But it's just the fact that most of the time men don't address it when it crops up, and we and it ends up spilling over into the relationship. You know what I mean? And we end up bleeding all over the woman, or affecting the woman in that way, which subsequently will affect the child. So I don't really get into the area of like women need to do a better job of vetting men, pretty much, which essentially that's what you're saying. Because how can they? How can women vet men better? What is the process for that? What does that look like?
That was going to be my question. Like, how would you know that a man is like not going to do those things when it comes to their kid, or that he would only do it if he's forced to because you're not there? Like, unless he explicitly says that, which who's going to say that? Like, unless he explicitly tells you, I'm not the type of man that's going to help with a baby. I'm not, because even when they're in the moment, in the thick of it, they still act like they don't realize how little help. Like, they still act like they think they're doing so much more than they actually are. Because a lot of men, unfortunately, judge themselves based on the worst men. Like, they'll say, oh, well, my dad never did any of this. My dad never took me to school one day. So me taking my baby to school,
I'm a great father,
1 day a week, what's the problem? Mm-hmm. Or, my dad, he was in the house, but all he ever did was work and pay bills. My mom did everything else. So I don't even understand what you're complaining for. And she had 4 kids. You only have 1. True story. So, like, how would you know that somebody was going to act like that after the baby came?
That's for you, Angie.
Well, I can't collectively speak on all women. I know when I said that collectively, I was going to get some hate in the comments. I'm speaking off of a personal experience with me having children, and I'm trying to hold myself accountable. When you say, how could you do that? I mean, the way I see it now is, if a man is displaying that while I'm dating him, which my baby daddy did, he did display a lot of red flags initially.
Like what?
That made me say,
like what?
Well, if he's not doing for me, what made me think he was going to do for a child? You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. To a degree, like, that's what I was getting at.
And you plan to have a child with this man?
No, it wasn't planned. It was me recklessly just making bad decision making. But once I realized, I'm like, okay, that's not something I should have. You know what I mean? I try to take accountability.
And how long? Mm-hmm. Okay, so how long was y'all relationship before you had kids? Or a kid, at least.
Before I had kids with him, I've known him for like over 5+ years. I knew him for a while. So.
Not known him. How long were you guys in a relationship with each other?
Well, we was on and off again relationship for a couple of years.
Okay, so you're on an on and off. Yeah, so you're on an on and off relationship. You were sleeping together, but anytime you sleep with somebody, there's a chance that you can get pregnant. You got pregnant and you had a child with him. How would you? I'm not understanding. Like how? What are you saying? You shouldn't have never. You want to talk about like use protection? Then yeah, I blame you for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I give you that, but like outside of that, like what do you mean? I don't understand. Like I'm trying to see like what did you do in this situation? Like where does your culpability come from?
Because just like you were saying earlier, Angie, there are some men out here who are good. Oh, I got an echo, y'all.
That's shame. Go ahead.
There are some men out here who are good men. There are some men out here who wake up, do their kids' hair, take their kids to the doctor's office, all that. God forbid, I feel like if Pub and his wife got a divorce, just because it didn't work out with his wife, he's not going to stop being a bad dad. So a man treating you a certain way, that you would assume that would have no reflection on his parenting styles. Y'all get what I'm trying to say? Like, how could you be he treated me poorly, therefore he gonna treat his child poorly? You would assume, like, giving him the benefit of the doubt, like he would be man enough to take care of his kids the way that he's supposed to, regardless of what y'all relationship look like.
And I think that, go ahead, Angie. You good.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, host. I was just agreeing with what she was saying. I couldn't, bring to words what I was trying to explain, but some of what she's saying is what I was, trying to explain. Like, you would assume, okay, this is my child. I'm going to differentiate the two. How I treat her and me being with her is one thing, but my child is another. But, it doesn't always go like that.
So back to the question I asked. So outside of that, like, what do you think you could have done? Never dealt with him?
Yeah, I would agreeably say that. I should have, once I seen the red flags, chose to walk away. I mean, that's agreeable. Yes, I agree with you, host.
No. I'm not even saying you should have done that. I'm asking you because, okay, so here's what I'm saying. I get wanting to take accountability for stuff. Don't get me wrong. Like I get that concept, right? But what I'm trying to understand is what did you see in him? What was it like? I should have walked away here. And when you saw that, was that prior to you having the child or post having the child? You see what I mean? Like, when did that happen? What was it and when did it happen?
I would say previously, before I had the child, and then after, just certain things like, going 50-50 on stuff or splitting bills, just responsibility wise, things I thought that he would share responsibilities with. And then once I had the kid, like I said, everything that I kind of had seen before kind of came to play out. Like, okay, he wasn't trying to do that before. What made you think he was? And like she was saying before.
Wait, so he wasn't paying you saying like he wasn't helping you out financially?
Yeah, no. But I thought, like I said, with time and with the child, those things were going to change, like the other woman was mentioning on your panel. So
that was before, but wait. So that was like while you were pregnant, right? What you're talking about, paying bills, that was while you were pregnant, right?
No. Like I'm saying, during the relationship, and then also with bringing a child into the relationship.
So you guys were living, but you guys were on and off. So, but he was living with you while it was on and off?
No, we weren't living together. We were living separate. Mm-hmm. But like, I've known this man for a very long time, for a lot of years. So we were together more than we were not together, if that makes sense. We were in an ongoing, steady relationship.
Okay. But and you guys were living together for a good amount of time at some point in time in that relationship?
Yes, when we had a child. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Okay, so that was post having the child. That's what I'm saying. So the 50-50 stuff was after the child was born. Now, really back, what red flags did you see prior to the child being born where you was like, I should have walked away then?
just like I said, like the financial, I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, when you're in a relationship with someone, I still feel as if you guys can still be doing the whole 50-50 thing. Something as simple as we were going out to eat. I would volunteer, okay, let me pay this, or you know what I mean? Just small little things, or just like the behaviors he would have were a point where I should say, okay, you know what, let me just walk away.
Do you realize? Hold on, wait, man. Hold on. I got one clarifying question. Let me. Is that better? No echo.
Yo.
Are you saying that he was doing 50-50, or he wasn't? Like, are you saying he wouldn't help you pay for anything, or are you saying
she's saying he wouldn't help her pay for anything?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to figure out if that was before. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, if that's before, okay, then I guess, you know what I mean? Like, you could have walked away. And like, how long was that? Was it like for a sustained period? Was it, you know, you just, you know what I mean? Like, when did it, because I think the thing that how I look at this is, I don't judge everybody. People give people, like people give people grace. And I would like, it's hard for me, depending on the situation, to blame Angie for giving a man some grace, right? And as a man who has gotten an inordinate amount of grace in his lifetime, what would I look like being like, I don't understand how you ever gave that man grace? You see what I'm saying? Like, so I can't, it's like, me personally, I can't judge. I would be 1,000% a hypocrite if I was to be like, see, you should have walked away when he did that on that bill. Like really? Like, I don't know. And I think that sometimes we just like, specifically women, after the fact, a lot of women, y'all just beat yourselves up about that shit. And I just be trying to understand, like, maybe I'm missing something, right? Like, maybe I missed it. Cause I'm like, how the fuck can you vet a person? You know what I'm saying? Like, unless a motherfucker, y'all, she dropped, damn. Like, unless a motherfucker is like, you know, like if he do some egregious shit, some like real obvious, okay, cool. Got you. You know what I'm saying? But like,
I feel like we be really quick to want to like, we got to take accountability because that's what gets pushed on us all the time. Because I mean, I was doing it too at first, and I remember you telling me,
you good,
like,
Angie?
Because I was saying like, it takes two people to mess up a relationship, and he was like, and you were like, no, it don't. Like, not all the time.
It don't.
Like, you telling me the truth about everything. I'm not seeing how you messed it up, and I'm like, that was just by default that I was saying that like, it couldn't have just been his fault. It had to be both of ours. But like, what the fuck did I do? Like, and it's not to say that I was perfect. No, because nobody's perfect. But it wasn't my fault that the relationship didn't work out. But it's this like need for us as women to blame ourselves or take some accountability for shit that's really not our fault at the end of the day. Because yeah, if a man is like refusing to help you financially, he's not paying for anything, he's using you, like, yeah, that's something that you might want to think about and say, okay, this may not be the person for me. I may not want to be, continue to be in a relationship with this person. But that doesn't mean it's your fault that when y'all had a baby, that man refuses to take care of his baby or do anything for his baby. That's not your fault. You're not his child, kind of what Lynn was getting at. You are not somebody he is actually responsible for. But him choosing not to provide for and take care of his child, that's not your fault. Now,
hell no.
Should you have listened when Cardi said broke boys don't deserve no coochie? Yeah, you
maybe
should have listened to that line. You should have turned it up and rewinded and played it again. But you didn't. Y'all had a baby, and him not taking care of that baby, that's not your fault, because he actually is responsible for that baby. He was never responsible for you.
How you gonna take responsibility for a nigga not taking care of their baby? You know what I'm saying? Like, how is that your bad at the end of the day? Like, I think that'd be the shit I be trying to figure out. I'm like, I don't know if I could let that one fly, but that could be me.
My thing is, okay, you took accountability. Like, women, you take accountability, even if it's 50% of a relationship, because it takes two people in a relationship, it takes two people to make a baby. You took accountability for choosing wrong. Okay, now what? He's still a deadbeat.
He's still a deadbeat.
Like, where we go from here? He's still a deadbeat. Like, he's still not taking care of his kids. Like, what is that going to do?
Accountability, because you've been raising them damn kids. What more accountability do you want to give yourself? You're raising the kid alone.
and you still taking blame, it ain't no, you don't get more accountable.
It just be, and maybe and here's what I'm saying, and this is what I be wanting to, like, I be, you know, like, I be wanting to hear, because I'm like, I don't want to tell a person, like, you're wrong for taking it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I just feel like that's a weird approach, but I really do be trying to understand, because I have heard people say that, like, oh, I got to take accountability for da-da-da-da, and I'm just listening, and I'm like, but okay, so you gotta, to me, accountability is when you fuck up. Like, when you fuck up, not when somebody fucks you over, it's when you fuck up, right? Like, that's the thing you're taking accountability for. Somebody punches me, why am I taking accountability? For not ducking? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not under, I don't, it never, we.
I just got one more thing and I'm gonna drop. If this gives her any, because I got somewhere to go, but if this gives her any consolation, my situation and my story was the exact opposite of everything you just named. The money, how he treated me in the dating phase, all of that, exact opposite. So, well, I guess not exact same. Never mind. I was gonna say same outcome, but not exactly, because he's not a deadbeat.
No.
And you know, he's still doing for his kid. But at the end of the day, we both single moms. If it gives you any consolation, we both are not with the father of our children. And the story you told about your guy, complete opposite of the story that I have for mine. But the results are the results. It's the same. So if you think that this is a choose better thing on your part, technically, by that definition, I did choose better. Same result, though.
This shit, like, I don't know if y'all ever used.
It's up to them.
Fact. I don't know if y'all ever used to play.
It's up to them.
God damn. I don't know if y'all ever used to play Mario, but in the first Mario, you could, like, remember you used to go in that little and then you could go all the way. You could skip to the one thing, and they'll let you skip to like level like 4, and then you could do that, and then you could beat it, and you could do the same thing. You could skip to level like 7. At the end of the game, you still was gonna have to fight Bowser, though. I don't care how many levels you skip, you're gonna have to come against the head boss. And that's how I be a lot of times with men. It's like it seems like it doesn't matter. It to Shan's point, it's like he's a deadbeat, he ain't a deadbeat after the fact, cool. But the most important part about this is the treatment, you know, during the relationship that leads to the end of the relationship. At the end of the day, motherfuckers just be not showing up. And it could look different. It could look different to different people. To Kay, it could be he wasn't paying attention to the kid at all. Or he was paying attention to me and he was paying attention to the kid, but he wasn't paying attention to me. It could be he wasn't paying attention to either one of us. But to Lynn, it could be that motherfucker wasn't kicking in on the money. And for Shan, it could be he would always just talk down to me and disrespect me, and you know what, like, it don't fucking matter. It's the point is there is a litany of problematic behaviors that men exhibit during relationships, and at the core of those, I believe it is our misogyny that drives them the most, right? And it is the misogyny that basically like stifles us from being able to learn and grow. Like, that's the thing that's choking us out. Misogyny is like a weed, you know what I mean? It's like a weed in the garden. It just can't nothing grow in the garden, you know what I mean? So until we address that as men, then I feel like the problem is going to be there, and we could listen to 20 women give their accounts of how they baby daddy wronged them and how they ex-husband wasn't shit. But at the end of the day gonna end. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you gotta, you know what I mean? Like, it's the same shit. It's like, all right, now you say all of that, but y'all still broke up. Okay. And why did you break up? Because of his problematic behavior. Cool. That's the story. That's what I'm trying to get to. Like, that's the whole story. Like, who fucking, you know, we could parse it out case by case with him, and because every virus has a different, you know, a different antidote, right? A different every diagnosis has a different prognosis, I should say, or could have a different prognosis, right? Cool. Now we got to parse it out. We got to figure it out. With him, he need amoxicillin. With this one, they need the, you know what I mean? Whatever the case. I get that. I get all of that. But motherfuckers got problems. Motherfuckers is sick. That's the long and the short of it. Motherfuckers is sick and they don't want to go to the doctor and they don't want to get no help. That's the T. The T is motherfuckers is sick and don't want to go get no help. That's why I made the prompt. How did you fail? How did you fail? Because you failed. I ain't gonna even hold you. You failed. Dante aside. Dante's stories aside. Baby mama getting on smugs, yada, yada, yada. Cool. I hear you. But you failed as a man. Like 99% of the time, you failed as a man. You as a husband, as a father of a child, like whatever it is, what the fuck? How did you allow that to happen? And even if the mistake was just once, like cheating, because it only takes one time to cheat. So you cheated one time. You failed. You failed when you cheated one time. You failed when you beat one time. You failed when you lied one time. Like whatever it was, you failed. You failed. So how did you fail? Why did you fail? Where did it come from? Have you identified it? You know what I'm saying? That's why I wanted the men to come up here and talk about it though. A woman comes up here and says she's taking accountability. Where the fuck do y'all be taking accountability at? I never hear y'all take accountability. We gotta beat that shit into your head before you say, well, I did do something after talking to you for 48 fucking minutes. Now it's like, well, I was ignoring her. Like, goddamn. Shit is crazy. Allie said, Biggs be failing through open book test, shaking my head. You meant tragic. You mean niggas? Super chat. Trini said, what men mean by take accountability is everything that happens as a result of choosing wrong, take the blame, raise them alone, and don't complain. Facts. She didn't mean for it to rhyme, but it did. Thanks, Cosmic. What up, Miss Dark Horse?
That was a bar.
Right? Rhymed and everything.
I was going to say, too, that the comment that Shan made that made me come up about the difference once you guys are co-parenting.
Mm-hmm.
I know we talk about the bad outcomes, right? And it can be, society looking down at you as a failed relationship, as a so-called bad outcome. But one of the outcomes that I wanted to say is what Shan did, and that is an outcome that is the most positive for women. And what you can't get out of him in-house, when you get it out of him and the man is out of the house, it frees you up as a woman. Mm-hmm. Now I got extra earning potential. On his week, I can get a second job. I can travel.
Relax.
I can relax. There's so many. I can make appointments from my head. Everything can be done. And unfortunately, that's attractive. It's attractive to women who are in the house or with the husband and kids. That lifestyle is attractive to them or what have you. They want to come over and bring their kids over. And I'm like, you can't. I ain't got mine this week. I'm going out. and it is. But next week when my kids come back, the play date is on.
Yeah.
Right? But if they don't have that freedom, I'm like, hey, there's the nuclear family that is the perception that it's the gold standard, right? And that it's so attractive, but it's only in perception. That's scary as hell because in reality, it's not good. And all of us, or most of us at my age anyway, have lived with someone and we know that it is not it's not healthy for everyone involved. It's healthy for man. I'm sure he's elated. And then I wanted to say too, take the poll about the women who are single moms. And we can tell you that there was no accountability needed because they all will come back today by 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They'll take us back right now.
Mm-hmm.
So how are 97% of us able to pick up the phone and be like, yeah, I decided I want my family back. And all of them come? I can tell you now that I don't care how many men come up here. You would take, if she would have you back,
yeah, you
would go back. So a lot of us are single women by choice. We could have the ain't shit baby daddy today. Let's be honest. A lot of us left them public. It's what it is. He wasn't showing up, but he would be happy on my couch right now.
Nah,
if I let them.
Somebody said take us back to hell.
Nobody wants to go back, right? We'll take every economic downside to being a single mother.
Hey man, that's why I don't be reading the comments when I be up here, because y'all just be saying anything sometimes.
First of all, I'm a comment cousin, so you need to take that down right now.
I can't do it. I can't read it. Every time I read the comments for longer than 30 seconds, somebody says some of the funniest shit while somebody talking, I can't even hold it in. So I just don't read it.
Part of your show and you missing it. It's the best part of your life.
I know, man. It's terrible.
Going on down there. But yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm similar to what Shannon's doing once she get the custody order. Everything is in, what days, what holidays, everything is laid out. It's so much neater. And your life can progress and you can start to go ahead and lay your goals out and hit them. And that's the attractive part. And I'm not dangling it. I'm not saying that's what you should do, but there is a sweet spot or what have you. And I don't have that negative feeling about being a single mom because of that freedom. I've got a lot of great things going on that I didn't have trying to force something and make it work. And all of that frustration and time is spent up chasing behind someone because it takes time to ask you to do it. It takes time to follow up and see if you did it. And then it takes time to do it when you don't do it. Period. And they're not like children. They're worse than children. Because when I tell my girls to put their shoes on the shoe rack when they come in the house, I told them one time, and that's where they always are.
Oh, well, you said girls.
Make your bed, they just do it. The kids are the best part. I love my girls. I'm telling you, but these dudes, I got to fight with you every day about something. You're worse than a child. I would take my kids any day. The household runs so much smoother. They understand we're a family. Everybody contributes their part, and it runs like a smooth ass ship.
That's because you got girls, though. That's because you got girls, though.
And it could be different too, right? And
it's different. It's different. It's different with boys. I'm just telling you, it's different with boys.
Without having to tell them, but I think too that and I know there's a hierarchy, right? Because I am the parent, I can tell them. You can't necessarily tell another adult what to do. But we also know that it's not me telling you what to do. It's something you should be doing for yourself instead of me doing it for you. I don't like that. I'd be like, come on, man, don't make me do that. Don't make me do this. And you're going to force me to do it because I'm not going to live in filth, right? Yeah. So I think that's how they move it over to you. But I just wanted to say that the two-parent household thing can be different for everyone. Like I said, I tried it for a time. But that freedom that came once the baby had the time over at Dad's house is unmatched. It's amazing. And I'm not taking away from the nuclear family and people who are still in the unit. I just know that it was, for me, it was a turning point in my life that things started to open up and be less stressful.
This is what I'm saying. This is why y'all diabolical. TT Gunn said, please, my daughter, her daddy's son. Nigga, what?
Look, send them over there. Send the kids. Send the kids and still get your free time, though. Send them. Send them. So it doesn't matter.
This is what I be talking about, man. That's why I like to read them shits.
She's just making sure that she said the same thing. It ain't even got to be a boy, is what she was saying. There's girls that don't do it as well.
Oh my God.
The fight ain't the same because my kids don't talk to me the way the man talked to me and don't have the requirements out of me that the man got. So it's a different dynamic. So you can't talk to me crazy and talk about how I ain't doing the best in life. Mm-hmm. However, you over here can't wash the load of clothes and can't pick your socks up off the floor. Don't be talking about what I ain't doing right. You mind your business.
Facts. What up, Kay?
What's up? This topic got me thinking about that one time back in the day when I was on a dating website, right? And this guy messaged me, but when I went to look at his, because they message you, but I gotta go look at the profile. Like, read the message.
All right,
Miss That profile. So going through his pictures, and I see he in the picture with a little baby. So I'm like, so icebreaker in the conversation was, that's a beautiful baby in the picture. Whose baby is it? Is that, your baby, or is that, your niece, nephew, blah, blah. Oh, that's my baby. And I was like, how old is it? And well, in that picture, he was about 3 months, but now he's about 6 months. And I said, wait, and you ain't with his mom?
Wait, what you doing on here, sir? Cousins, I will have you know, I talked to that man for an hour, and so much so he said, I'm about to go call my baby mama and get my family back because you right. Like, there is no reason that you just had a baby and you out here trying to date.
6 months old, crazy.
Diabolical, right?
6 months is too little, man. You gotta give it some time.
That was my first deliverance in real time. This man was like, I got to go make it right my baby mama because you're right. Like,
and it was him too. He was just being weird. He had the baby. See, what be happening a lot of times with dudes is like once they get the baby, they be like you could get a man to act more right before the baby gets there because he wants that. You know what I'm saying? And then, but then once he get that shit, he be like, well, you know, like Offset said, you still a baby mama type shit. And then them niggas start moving different. Like, you niggas is weird. I don't understand that shit. The poll ended. It said, single mothers, will your ex take you back? This is a close one. Only 19 people voted. If y'all want to run it again, you can. But it's 52% said absolutely, and 47% said nope. Damn, I'm shocked.
Listen,
close.
I definitely played that. I want my family back game because I think he was anticipating that I was gonna run behind him, but because I didn't beg him to come back, beg him to stay. That's why he evading child support so hard because he think that that's hurting me.
Mm-hmm.
And he's mad that it's not. But yeah, men will use their kids to manipulate women into relationships. Kind of like what Lynn was saying. They use the kids as bait because any woman who sees a small child, you're like, oh my God, you know, like, where's their mother? You know, what happened? You're inquisitive. And then he started with this whole sob story, like, yeah, things just didn't work out, but I'm there for my child. And they try to sell that story. So but you still have to think, if you couldn't make it work and your baby is only 6 months old, what makes me think, or a sane person think, that we gonna get together and you gonna be able to
like, if you're not willing to work it out with a 6-month-old baby, I know you ain't gonna be willing to work it out with me.
Exactly. And then to the young lady who was saying the red flags, like, her response was completely normal and natural, and I think Shan said she had the same response. I remember when I first talked to you about my sitch, and you were like, but wait, that ain't your fault. Mm-hmm. And again, it's because women automatically, we will blame ourselves. It don't even matter, like,
hey, this
I didn't love him like he needed to be loved. That's what he said.
Hey, this is where I ride with the red pillars on this one. Sometimes the women be needing a male friend because it's hard to get me to blame myself. So, you know, when I be listening to shit, I'm like, if I'm you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna take a little bit for me to be like, oh no, that's my fault, right? Like, just the average man, I'm saying. So when I'm listening to y'all talk about these situations, I'm like, ain't no fucking, like, if that was me, I'll be in her face like, you did this. You fucked this. Look at the damage you have done. Like, that would be my approach. And y'all in here talking about some, well, you know, it takes two to tango, and, you know, it went both. I'm like, nigga, what? It goes both ways. Absolutely the fuck not. Like, nah. One person can fuck up a relationship overnight.
But I slid to that because in Ivory's live this morning, that was about, do men feel like accountability is equal between women and men? You would be surprised. Well, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Based on what you do every day, I take that back. The amount of men who were coming in there saying that it's not equal, men get held more accountable than women, and blah, like, it was diabolical, to the point where the first thing this man said was the child support system, women get off way easier than men. And I was like, how do they get off way easier than men if 85% of the time the woman is the custodial parent? And most of the time child support is unpaid. And if it is paid, you're only getting between $300 to $400 a month on average. How is that winning to y'all?
Because any money is too much money. Hey, it's a minute and 20 seconds left. Hit that poll one time, like a scripper.
I can't do it when I'm on the panel.
No, I know. Sports lady, what's good? You okay, teddy bear? Sports lady, you there?
Hello, public. Thanks for having me on your panel.
No problem.
I have a question. I don't know. It's getting a little away from the subject, but I just wanted. I was on a live earlier, and I just wanted to ask your opinion on something.
Okay.
Do you feel that women that have never been married or never had children, do you feel like, is there a problem with that? I mean, in your eyes, do you see a problem with that? I mean, is it?
No, I couldn't care less.
I was on a live earlier, and it's kind of a cruel. It was kind of cruel.
What do you mean it was cruel?
I need to find out what I don't know. It was like, well, if you don't have a husband or children, have never been married, you don't deserve protection from any man.
Oh yeah, they just try to weaponize that shit against women, but no, me personally, well, I'm married though too, so I really don't give a fuck about a woman being married or not. But like, if I was single and I met a woman and she was my age, but I'm 42, if she was in her 40s and she was unmarried and never had kids, I would be like, oh, great. Like, I won't even think about it. I think Tracy Ellis Ross, like, what the fuck? If I was single and Tracy Ellis Ross looked around in my direction, I would try to talk. Like, I don't give a fuck. Single and childless, they ain't got nothing to do with me. The question is, would she talk to me? That's what I would be worried about, because I got kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm old with kids. Like, oh, you want, like, no, I don't date dudes with kids. Bet. Fair enough. It's way more. If that's wrong, then wouldn't being wouldn't being divorced be wrong? Like, if that, you know what I'm saying? Like out of the two, what is an actual red flag? Never having been married and never having kids, or being divorced and being a deadbeat dad, like, or just being divorced in general, man, or like, which one would send off a red flag? Like, one more, I'm saying, having been divorced would, I'm not saying it doesn't do anything for me personally, but I'm saying, like, that would be a thing that I like would be like, oh, that's, I would ask you, if a person told me that they got divorced and I was trying to date them, I would actually ask them, like, why did they get divorced? Like, or what happened? But if you were like single and childless, I would never be like, and why did you decide to do that? Like, I don't even care about the explanation. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not even something I would think about, Single mothers. Hold on. Let me read this poll real quick. Single mothers, will your ex take you back? 77 votes this time. 65% said absolutely. 35% said nope. Interesting. Go ahead, sports lady.
Yeah, because the lady on the panel was up in age, and she had never been married, never had children, and they were saying, and then the host was saying, well, what are you gonna do when you get old? And when you turn 70, you get to be 70s, and you can't wipe your butt, and you can't feed yourself, and you're by yourself. Do you deserve to have protection if you're up in age like that? And
so yeah, this is the protection argument. Yeah, that shit is stupid. Every human being, generally speaking, deserves protection, man or woman or child. Like, I don't give a fuck. Married, not married, proximity to a man, no proximity to, it doesn't matter. Every person deserves protection from other people, and the number one form of protection is for everybody to keep their motherfucking hands to themselves. That's the number one form of protection. Then beyond that, do what you can do when you can do it, right? Like, let's fucking, I don't know why people act like this is the hardest thing in the world to do. It's so crazy.
And like my mother is 84 years old and she's healthier than me.
Oh.
She's by herself, and I'm like, I mean, you can't really say, oh, that was my initial thought. You can't really put a condition on an age because you don't know. I mean, some people are luckier than others. And it's like,
yeah, but you still deserve protection. You know what you also deserve, Miss Sports Lady?
yeah, what is that?
You deserve somebody to come over and change that battery for you in that smoke detector. That's
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
That's what I think you deserve. I don't know who gonna do it for you. If you can do it, do it. Because you say, you know, you might not be in the best kid, whatever. But get somebody to do it for you if you can't. You know what I mean? Like if you can't do it, get somebody else. Because it's your smoke detector too. We want to make sure you know, nothing happens to you. It protects you and protects your sanity. Because I know that motherfucker. When that shit, you get me through about an hour of that shit before I get up there and get my tall ass up there and climb up on something.
You're right. I'm going to take care of that today. But I just wanted to know what your thoughts were on that. That's all. I just thought it was kind of cool and disrespectful.
It is. 100% is cool and disrespectful. And it's just them trying to manipulate women. And basically they're just saying based on attraction, they'll protect a woman based on attraction or access to her. And I'm like, that's the fucking weirdest shit I could ever imagine. Like I couldn't imagine being like, oh, she's pretty, I'll protect her. Like what? I don't. Yeah, shit's crazy.
Pretty cool. You probably know the content creator, but I'm not gonna say the name.
Oh, if you want to name the name, you can. I don't care.
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't want you getting in trouble.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Somebody said it in the comments. No problem. I appreciate you.
To see what your opinion was.
Yep. Okay. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming up. They call me Stevie. What's good? Is it Stevie or Stevie? I think it's Stevie. Might be Stevie.
Stevie.
It is Stevie. Okay, cool.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. What's going on with it?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I just want to say, just to answer your prompt, I want to say yes, they have failed. It's if I see a gentleman with a child under the age of 5 and he's not with the mother, personally, I think it's disgusting, right? Because anybody that has children, especially in the early stages of your children's life, it's much better if you and the mother are together, right?
Of course.
And one of the things that I have noticed over the years, and my mother used to tell me and my siblings this all the time, because I come from a family mostly women more than men.
Okay.
She used to always say the biggest way to get rid of a man that doesn't want any responsibility is to have his baby.
Jesus.
And I was listening earlier. Can you still hear me?
Yep. Yeah, I hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I was listening to some of the young ladies. Earlier. I was listening to some of the young ladies earlier trying to take responsibility for the lack of the fathers not taking care of their children. And my heart went out to them because it's a choice, right? It's a choice to take care of your children. Not to center myself, but just to say this. My husband died early in life, and when my husband passed away, we had 2 small children. And I was very young. He was very young. He was ill. He passed away. And once he passed away, I had a choice. I had a choice to, to continue to take care of my children or fall apart. And I took care of my kids.
Right.
It's a choice. And they're choosing not to take care of their children. Even when they're in the house, they don't want to take care of their kids. And I think one of the biggest issues is that not all, but a lot of men are looking for something to pacify them, whether it's a woman, whether it's chasing money, whether it's drugs, whatever the case may be, they're looking for something to pacify them, and their children don't do that.
so they don't feel a need to invest in their children. The only thing that I would say, because I'm more of the, what do you call that, the movement where you're not dating, because I don't date, right? But I would say to any woman,
4B.
Be careful, because a lot of these men, they are not happy people. I was thinking about that today. Very seldom do you truly see a man that's happy. And I'm not talking about somebody that's in the pursuit of, I'm talking about somebody that is genuinely happy. And because they're not, they're going to do all they can do to make you miserable once you don't benefit them anymore.
Facts.
I hope that makes sense.
Made perfect sense. Totally understand. Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. 6 says people as a whole are not happy. That's an interesting quote.
People as a whole are. What the ops said today? They usually be in here telling women to choose better. Why they in here arguing?
I don't know, man. Sometimes, you know, they be taking a day off. What up, 6? But y'all still, hey, speaking of that, y'all still support the live. Y'all only support when the ops is here. Y'all bang the cash out when the ops not here. Y'all care about keeping the live alive. I've been going what? Damn near the 3rd hour. God damn, y'all
paying $50 a drop though.
That's the, I mean, it ain't gotta be that. It could just, remember before that, the live used to get supported. It used to get supported. I remember. Now we only got this one thing.
Don't you remember?
I remember those days when people just, you know, my YouTube people's hold me down. Though. You know, it is what it is. I love y'all, man. Go ahead, 6. What you talking about, brother? You said everybody mad, everybody hate each other.
I'm just saying, people on the whole they're not happy, men or women.
Bet. Why aren't men happy?
I think that has to do a lot with the economy.
Bet. You spitting already. I'm with you. And why aren't women happy?
Same thing.
Who? Same thing? Appreciate you.
Yeah, same thing.
You think that's the number one thing that is driving women's unhappiness is the economy?
No, men first for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of a difference, right? Like I do agree with that. Thanks, Tiff. I do agree with that.
But the thing is, though, you guys can just, you know, do your little 4B move and stop talking to men and problem solved, right?
Who is you guys? I'm a man. You talking about to the women?
Yeah, the women, of course.
Still. Oh, okay. No, the problem still wouldn't be solved, but men was because
you ain't gonna wait for men. Isn't that that's the whole thing you guys are doing here? 4B. You're better off without us, right? That's what you guys always say.
I mean, no, they don't always say that. I don't know. What are you trying to do? I don't get the if women don't think they're, you know, women like men, bro. Like I don't know what to tell you. Thanks, Bianca. Front porch. Appreciate you. Yeah. Women like men. Oddly enough, women still like men. I'm shocked. Like being on this side of it now, like I'm shocked that women still like us. It's crazy. Six.
You think they like us?
Hold on. I know they do. 6. I gotta tell you something, bro. As a married man, I'm telling you, as a married man with a wife, I am shocked that my wife is still with me. Shocked.
Because you're probably better than the average guy.
No, that's it's easy to be. It's so easy to be better than the average guy. Thanks, Kristen. It is. I don't think you understand how easy it is to be better than the average guy. I've always been better than the average guy. Always.
Look, you're public. The kind of guy you remind me of.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, remember how I told you for work I go in a lot of houses, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I ask them, how exactly do you want this? Do you want that? They say, whatever my wife says, whatever my wife says. You seem like that type of guy.
I'm not that type of guy, though. That's what's funny, because I care about the design of my house because I live in it. And
yeah, you do care. But if your wife said, no, I want it this way, you would do it that way.
I wouldn't. I'm not saying that I would I'm not saying like I would wholesale wouldn't do it. I'm just saying like Trust me, if my wife will tell you I'm not easy going in that way. That's a reason why I'm shocked me and my wife are still together. I'm not that guy.
But you changed though, that's why.
I have changed, but I'm still not that guy. I'm not a pushover. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, what do you mean? I just listen more. I'm more patient and I'm more present and I'm more, you know what I mean? Like I'm move with intent with intent now and things of that nature, but I'm not like some fucking like, oh, whatever my wife says. Like I've never been that guy ever. I will never be that guy. That's not my personality.
She tweaked on you over candy, bro.
She tweaked on me? What you mean?
You got mad at you over candy. I remember that story.
What was the story exactly? Or can you remember?
The wrong candy. You brought home the wrong candy, and then she got mad at you.
She got mad because I didn't call her. She didn't get mad over the candy. She got upset that I didn't call her.
Yeah, but bro, getting mad over candy, bro.
That's what I'm saying. See, that's the youth. That's the youth in your mind talking. It wasn't the candy. Why would my wife get mad over candy, my nigga? It was not. I promise you, it wasn't the candy. I know it wasn't the candy. That's why I told the story. We are fully grown adults. You think my wife gives a fuck about candy? No, it was the principle.
I was about to say, you niggas always miss the fact that when a woman is trying to tell you something, it's really about the principle.
It be the principle of it.
It has nothing to do with the example and everything to do with there was communication before that. Hey, if you're unsure about something, just give me a call.
Hit me up.
When you get to the store, blah, blah, blah. Like, make sure you touch base with me so we can make sure we're on the same page. And when he completely disregarded what she said, and then brought home the wrong shit,
well,
he was on the phone.
Well, wait, hold on, okay. To be fair, I didn't have that explicit conversation, but even without that conversation, no, I'm being honest. Like I'm just being real. I'm saying I'm making it better. I'm you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna make the point better. Even without that explicit conversation, I didn't need that. That's you know what I'm saying? Like that's common courtesy. You're confused about something that you're getting for somebody else. Why not just reach out to him?
Right.
How do you think that would have turned out if that was a guy you brought the candy back to? If he told you, go get me some candy.
He would have been mad. That nigga would have flipped. He would have destroyed the house over the fucking candy.
Nah.
It wouldn't have been the principal. It would have been the candy. That nigga would have been in there like, that's how men be acting over shit like that. Like, what the fuck? That's how men act, bro. Over candy. Yeah, that's how we act over candy. Fuck the principal, the candy. That's how we be acting. Like, let's be fucking for real. This is crazy. Like, we not gonna do that. We know the men's be out here wilding. Yeah, I'm not the nigga you describing, Six. I promise y'all. Very few men actually have been able to get close to the like my personality in real. I mean, I'm like this in real life, which I would think you would know what I was like on offline too. But that you think I'm like some simp or some like, oh, anything my wife says, like, nigga, is you crazy? Jesus Christ. Like, my wife will tell you.
I don't like using this word a lot, but you do be simping up there. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't simp, though. You don't know what simping is. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You don't know what simping is.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, what is it?
Well, one of the ways is using your money first.
That's not simping.
Girl. That's one of the ways.
That's not simping. Keep going. Try again. Give me the definition. Don't give me an example of simping. Give me the definition of simping.
I can't give you an exact definition.
Because you don't know what it is. Six. You don't know what simping is. As soon as you say, I do it, I know you don't know what it is. Because I don't simp. I've never, my nigga, when I tell you this, Six, I swear to God, I can't simp. It's almost like I'm allergic. Like, I just never been a simp, bro. It's just not something I'm into doing. Because I'm like, if you say some shit to me, if you do some shit to me, I'm not excusing that shit. It don't mean I got to get all mad all the time, but I ain't about to just let you just walk all over me. To get some vagina? You crazy. To get access to you? I might, hey, you know what? You call me a simp. Fuck it. I'll let you call me a simp. You know why? Because I have I have this approach of it's called picking your battles, choosing your battles, right? And I have developed this. The older I've gotten, the more I believe in this shit, right? Okay. The older I've gotten, the more I believe in this shit. This is how I do in my relationship with my wife. There have been times when my wife will say something that I don't agree with. Right? I don't agree with it. It ain't necessarily like she's like harming me or anything. I just don't agree with the things she's saying. Right? But guess what? I keep my fucking mouth shut. Because is it worth starting a fight? No. So if you
if she's trying to get you to do something you don't want to do, you shut your mouth.
No. That's not what's going on. We're just disagreeing about something. Like we could just have a disagreement about something. I guess she's trying to get me to believe something or agree with something that I don't agree with, right? But I don't even tell her I agree. You know what I'm saying? Like I won't even say that. I don't lie. I'm not like I agree because it could come back to bite me in the ass. I just don't pick a fucking fight. I just let the shit go. Okay. Fair enough. That I respect your opinion. I got many ways to get out of that conversation. Yeah, I hear you. Another way, you know what I do? When my wife gets agitated and her voice gets raised and things of that nature, guess what I do? Or guess what I don't do? I don't raise my voice. Even if she's yelling at me, I don't start yelling back. I don't just sit there and take it, but I definitely don't start yelling back. I don't want to escalate the situation. Yeah, you can call that, I don't know. See what I'm saying? Like that, like, yeah, if you want to say that's like simping, fine. I don't think that is, but that's about as close as I'm going to get to that shit. But I will never let anybody walk all over me, bro. Like, I'm not that nigga, like, at all. I don't have that gene in me. I don't got that bone in me. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I'm hypersensitive to that type of shit. Like, I've had a problem with that my whole life, right? Where, like, you might have said something, you wasn't even meaning it that way. I'm nigga, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck you talking to? Like, I'm more like that way than the other way. Like, I'm trying to learn how to woo-sign this motherfucker. I'm Martin in Bad Boys 2. I'm trying.
Me personally, when I hear something I don't agree with, I have to say something.
Yeah, he is I and I am him. I know the feeling, brother. But now that I'm older, fuck all of that. Fuck all of that, man. Something that comes with a little bit of maturity. A little bit. That's all that is. That's where I got all of that shit from. Little just older, tired of fighting all the fucking time and arguing and being the reason why the argument happened and the reason why it escalated and like, yeah.
I want to bring up something random also.
Go ahead.
You guys kicked that guy GV out the club, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that guy was you guys' gang for a little bit.
He did what?
All because he said to BPG, I hope your husband does you like whatever that guy's name is, he said.
Abuses her physically, yeah.
Yeah. We know that she is not in a relationship like that. And we know that's most likely not gonna happen, right?
So
you guys took that so serious.
That is serious.
But then another guy, okay, hold on. Another guy came up here.
Mm-hmm.
He explained to you guys how he got shot like 7 times.
Mm-hmm. Pew pew.
And then somebody made a joke and said, whoever did it should spin the block. And you guys laughed at him.
And that shit, hey, hold on, wait. And that shit is still funny. Oh, man.
My whole thing is how that not being hypocritical. Something, he said he hopes something happens to that lady. That's probably not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
My guy almost died.
Mm-hmm. Unalive.
I laughed at him.
Now.
That's not.
Now. I got you. So, do you feel like a person's character comes into play in how you treat them? Like how they treat you, does it affect how you treat them?
Yeah.
Okay. So the person you're talking about has expressed utter disdain for Black women specifically.
GV?
No. See?
The guy that got shot.
The guy that got pew-pewed. Yeah. So when hold on, wait. Hold on, wait, listen. That guy also has said things that could lead to real world violence against black women. Right? He hasn't said anything specifically like GV. He hasn't been like, I wish they all get their heads knocked in. Like, he ain't never said nothing like that. But he said some, you know, he's been around there, you know what I'm saying? And as a group, he's never said it about a woman directly, but as a group, right? So if a black woman or a woman who belongs to that group says that they wish that the people finish the job, I'ma laugh. Because that's fair. If BPG would have said something disrespectful like that to GV, which, because I know BPG, she wouldn't say anything like that, and then GV responded in kind, that's fair. That's fair. Like, nah, I don't think you understand the concept of being a hypocrite. That's not a hypocrite.
Bro almost died, bro.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Why do I care about that? Why do I care? You know what I mean? Niggas I know almost unalived, and them niggas probably should be in the dirt. Shit, my daddy got pew. Hold on, wait. You know what? I'll tell you the story about my daddy. My daddy, Gregory Hayes. My name. I have me and him share a name. Let's put it like that. We almost got the same name, right? Anyways, so this is how diabolical I think my daddy is. I think my daddy gave me his name as my middle name just so in the future he could use my social security number. That's how diabolical I think that nigga is. But I could be wrong about it. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. But this is the type of man, I said that so you can understand the type of man I'm describing. When that man was 19 years old, right, he was heavily into selling smugs, right? My daddy from Compton, California, you know, next door to Long Beach. Long Beach and Compton like this. They touch each other. They border each other, right? But my daddy is from Compton. He's from a blood hood in Compton, Treetop Pyru. Long Beach is full of Crips. That's why I say cuz all the time, right? Long Beach is a Crip safe city. If you a Crip, you can come to Long Beach and you can rest easy. You'll be okay if you say cuz in Long Beach, right? Forever, since the day I was born. But my daddy, he was in Long Beach, and he probably was doing some unscrupulous activities on some gang members' turfs in this city, right? And what ended up happening was he was at the rec center. He was at Cal Rec. If anybody knows Cal Rec, you can look it up. It's an old store. I think this happened in the late 70s. It happened. He got into a kerfuffle. The guy that he got into a kerfuffle with drew down on my daddy, right? But what happened was the pistol that dude had, the nozzle on that motherfucker was this long. He had one of them long 1800 guns that you gotta load. You gotta rip it and put the gunpowder in it and put the bullet in that mother. You got one of them long ass guns, his granddaddy gun, right? So he had to pull it from his belt, and it took him too long. And my daddy ended up being able to respond. Cause my daddy, he had a little bitty deuce Peggy Sue. So he pulled out his shit, and they pulled out simultaneously, and they pew-pewed each other. And the dude shot first, and it hit my daddy. Was trying to hit him in the body, and the bullet hit my daddy in the chest. And my daddy did like that, and the bullet hit the dude in the brain, and the dude ended up unaliving, and my daddy lived to tell the story, right? Bullet millimeters away from his chest. Is that free? My dad is free. Never went to prison for it. It was self-defense. So.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I guess
So I'll tell you that story to say this. That same man that survived that went on to do heinous things to my sister. He went on to do heinous things to my mother and various other people. I know I wouldn't be here if that happened. If he was unalived. But if my sister was like, I wish he never lived, I would totally understand. I wouldn't be like, well, that's not fair. I mean, that's just a bridge too. Like, no, nigga, I totally understand that shit. I completely 1,000% can empathize with that, without a doubt. That is a human reaction, right, to a person wronging you to that extent. And that's what I'm trying to tell you about the person who you're describing, the person you're talking about. He has said things that is so deplorable about Black women specifically, that if a person from that group says, I don't give a fuck about your life, I completely understand that. Completely.
But did that guy say I wish black women delete, or
he has said things that could lead to that. Like the things he has said could lead to real world violence against all black women. So essentially, yes, that's what I'm saying. And I'm okay with a black woman or anybody, to be honest with you at this point, saying that about that man. That's perfectly fine with me. I'm not a hypocrite at all. Not in this case. I mean, I am in life. We all are to a certain extent, I'm guessing, right? Or most of us are to a certain extent. But no, that right there, that wouldn't be an example of hypocrisy. Not one bit. Not one bit. Like I'm okay. I am okay with the woman saying that they should have finished the job. For him, yeah. Look, I'm gonna tell you. Even for you, Six. Even for you, I'll be okay with them saying that. I ain't gonna even hold you. But
I don't even say anything for that to be warranted.
You do, because you defending the man that is, see what I'm saying? So even if you think you ain't ever said no shit, you have, but right now you are defending a man who has said things that is harmful to black women as a group. You're doing it right now. So if a person were to say, I hope he gets pew-pewed, I ain't about to block him. Now, if they said that shit about like J.E.'s, yeah, you getting blocked. Because why would you say that about J.E.'s? What the fuck has he done to you? You say that shit about Fatal, you getting blocked, nigga. You say that shit about Friend of the People, you getting blocked. You say that shit about Six. We're gonna let that one ride, baby. We have to let that one ride. They just called him a bully bag. What you want me to do? What the fuck do you want me to do about it? What can I do about that?
Like when guys come up here, even girls that are like go against what you guys say, you guys attack them so like heavily. It's like if you're truly trying to like teach these guys something or whatever you're trying to do here, that's not the way. Like they're gonna come here, they're gonna see all the bullshit you guys are saying and be like, yeah, you guys are crazy. I'm not listening to nothing you're saying.
They're not gonna believe us anyway. So black women do the same, bro. Stop. Hold on. We gonna mute Terry for the live. We've invited Terry up a few times. He has a lot to say in the comments, but he don't want to come up. If you could tap, you could yap, Terry. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with, because, and you can't say that about me, Six, because I don't be attacking them.
I'm not saying you do, but these women in the comments are ruthless.
Hey, man, I think it's fair, man. I just think it's fair. I just think you guys, I think that you think that because a person is being indirectly, completely and utterly disrespectful, that negates or excuses that behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, nigga, you mad because we direct and they not? Like, that's the only difference.
I just think there's levels to the insults, you know?
I don't know. There is. No, you're right. No, you're right. No, you're right. There's nuance. You're right.
That Tory guy, whatever his name is, I want to see what that guy sounds like.
They got 10 on his head. Tawana said, here's a dime just because I can't stand the sound of his voice box. God damn it.
You're always getting at my voice for showing my voice.
I don't know. I think it's the Canadian in you, fam.
I think it's the accent.
Nah, that's not the accent. It's the Canadian. I don't know. It's something about Canadian men, man. Black, white, or otherwise. It ain't even just black men. I thought it was black Canadian men. It was like, nope. I thought.
You guys always say that. I find that weird. I feel like the American guys that come up here are worse.
Me too. I thought they were worse until I met y'all. I was like, damn, it's crazy. Because here's what I'm saying. I haven't met one cool Canadian guy. I think that's the difference. And to give me, hey, and don't get me wrong, I talk to way more Black American men and American men in general. Don't get me wrong. So I know that. But I'm just saying that I haven't met one cool Canadian as of yet. Man, not yet. I met a few Canadian women, dope as shit. Some of my favorite people on here are some Canadian women. They got 5 on his head. What two colors make a color? Oh man, they said ask him. Yeah, Tory Lanez. I can't stand that little nigga. But I ain't gonna hold you. Tory Lanez during the pandemic was a moment. What a time to be alive. Tory Lanez during the pandemic.
Yo, free Tory. He never shot that lady, by the way.
See, it's stuff like that. It's stuff like that. Hold on, but six. So if they call you a bully bag, I'ma let it slide.
But he didn't shoot her though.
You can have your opinion, they can have theirs.
Yeah, I followed the court case that he did not shoot that lady.
I did too.
Shot that lady.
I did too. Pew pew.
You think he did it?
100%. 100%. 100% he did it. 100%.
Kelsey, bro. He
huh?
The residue on her, but the thing belonged to her too.
You know what I hated about that story? What I hated about that story the most, besides Meg getting pew was when I found out how Meg like was protecting him from the police that night, I was very much disturbed by that. Like to see how, he reacted after the fact, you know what I mean? Like, but like when it happened, I get it, but I'm saying like that, and then to see how it all played out, I was like, yo, and she didn't even want to say nothing at first, and she was trying to protect that man. That was crazy. That was really crazy. Like that was the thing that really pissed me off.
Ass in the street. That's what happened.
Say that again. Say that again.
Megan Thee Stallion beat that girl's ass. Whatever her name is, Kelsey.
Her friend.
And then she got,
her friend.
Yeah, Kelsey. And then she's the one that grabbed the gun and shot at the girl.
Pew pew.
That's
please,
what the residue was on her.
Please use TikTok, friend. You've been on here long enough. Yeah. Yeah, that's some Canadian shit, bro. That nigga locked up though. You can come visit him. Come to the city, man. We can hang out one time. Come visit Tory. You can go to he out here. No. He in state. So shit, man. He might be in Pelican Bay. So you got to go up north. Yeah, you go.
Innocent man got locked up, free bro.
Nah, bro, where he need to be. He down for 8. He 8 to 10 with it too. So I'm glad that nigga in jail. Yeah, I'm glad that nigga in jail, man. That's crazy work. Yeah, but when you say stuff like that, yeah, I'm with it.
Bro, did you follow the court case? Or did you
just I followed it. No, on TikTok. What you mean?
There's a lot of videos on TikTok with misinformation.
I followed the court case. I watched the documentary. Saw the whole shit. I am 100% sure that he did it.
100%.
100% sure. Yeah. I mean, he got convicted, but you know what I'm saying? And I don't believe just because somebody got convicted that they're guilty. Tory Lanez's dad also annoyed the fuck out of me. Also, he annoyed the shit out of me.
Too much about that guy.
Yeah, didn't he apologize to her too for doing it?
I felt like he was apologizing because he was cheating on Megan with Kelsey.
Nigga.
That's what I got.
He was on trial for pew-pewing that lady in the foot. He did not apologize for cheating. That was far gone. They were so far beyond that at that point. Like, come on.
Are you saying he got on a jail call and said, "Yo, sorry for shooting you"? Is that what you're saying he did?
He didn't say shooting, but what the fuck was he apologizing for?
Because he was slaying both of them, her and her friend. That's why.
They wasn't even together. Was they even together?
Public. Tory Lanez was cheating on Megan Thee Stallion.
They weren't together, sir. They weren't together.
Yeah, they were. They were at the time.
They weren't. No, they weren't. What, sir?
No, I'm pretty sure they were.
Sir, no. See, that's how I know you don't know. Her homegirl. No, stop. If anything, the way that I got told the story was Meg was the home wrecker in the situation, if you want to call her that, with her homegirl. Her homegirl was with Tory. That's what it was.
Kelsey was with Tory?
And they was saying that allegedly Meg had a track record of sleeping with her friends' dudes. That's what it was alleged. It was Tory and the girl were together. That's what it was. You got your fucking facts mixed up, brother. You don't even know what happened.
No. Regardless.
No, not regardless. That matters. That matters. I'm sorry. That matters.
You're saying no, he's not with Megan. He was with her friend. It still applies both ways.
It doesn't.
Because he was smashing both of them behind their backs.
But
and that's why they were fighting in the street. Yo, what does F1 mean? Can someone tell me that? What does F1 mean?
It's because we're using dicey language just to like throw off the algorithm or whatever. Yeah, bro. I don't think you know what the hell you talking about. To me, it sounds like you doing a typical thing where you just dick riding the man on some like he didn't do it to that girl.
Yo, I didn't even like Tory Lanez like that. But I'm just
I know.
saying the truth.
See, that makes it even worse. You saying you didn't even like him makes it worse because it just shows that men. Oh no, wait. It just shows that men how diabolical men are and how little you actually care about the protection of women, specifically black women. But we're just gonna say women in this case. You don't care. You think it's even if you think Tory Lanez didn't do it to get on a public platform and make light of it when you don't know for sure. Hold on, wait. Do you think that does more harm or good to get on a public platform and say free a man who was convicted of pew-pewing a black woman in her foot? You think that does more harm or good overall? More harm or good?
I think the truth does good.
But you don't know the truth. So, like, I'll ask you the question again. You think getting on a public platform and saying free a man who pew-pewed a black woman in the foot? Well, I could say that. You have to say allegedly. I could say he did it because he was convicted. So you think saying that is helpful or not helpful? How does it help? I'm trying to see how it helps. It seems like when men say that,
I feel like he's innocent, so I'm gonna say I feel like
no, but what it is a rallying cry for misogynistic men. You guys just say it to antagonize black women. You don't even believe it because you don't even fucking know what happened. That's how I know you don't believe it. And you just said, I don't even like Tory Lanez. So you have nothing invested. You don't know anything about the fucking case. And here you are talking about free that man just so you can agitate, just so you can agitate black women. So if those black women call you bullet bags, don't cry to me. That's you did that. Sleep in that bed, my nigga. Lay down in that bed.
I'm not trying to agitate black women, but let me ask you a question.
Then stop saying shit like that.
If they get agitated, it's their fault.
It's not their fault. You're intentionally trying to agitate them. Intentionally. You have no reason to say that. You brought it up at a time. Think about it. You brought it up at a time. Why would you bring it up? Why would you say that? Because I said Tory, and then you talking about free Tory Lanez? Come on.
Was she hit with a bullet or with bullet fragments? Can I ask you that?
That's the same thing.
Not really, because she wouldn't be able to be twerking the next day on Instagram Live, right?
No, it's the same thing. Let me ask you a question.
What?
It's the same thing. A bullet fragment. She still was shot. So
if a bullet actually connected to her foot, she would not be twerking on live the next day.
It doesn't matter. I'm trying to tell you, it doesn't matter. Do you know when you pew somebody? Let's say you use a like a buck, right?
Even a deuce is gonna do damage to your foot.
It may not. But do you know, like, if you got pew with like a buck, right? And they spray, right?
Yeah.
Those are fragments. If you get hit with one, you still got shot. Technically.
That's different because it's all the little fragments into one thing.
It's not. They spread. And the further away you are, the more it spreads. So if somebody shoots a buck from 100 yards away, you get hit, you might get hit by a couple of them. If they shoot you from 5 feet away, all of them motherfuckers might hit you, right? But they all spread. That's the point. It don't matter. That's the point. It don't matter. They all spread and they're fragmented. You still got shot though, brother. You still got pew. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
We're comparing a buck to like a handgun.
Sir, you're missing the point. The point is she got pew-pewed. What's your point? That's all I'm trying to say. She got pew-pewed.
Ask you, do you think a bullet hit her or was it fragments? That's all
she had fragments in her foot. So I think the fragments hit her, i.e. she got pew-pewed. Because that is what getting pew-pewed is. That's a part of it. That falls under the umbrella of getting pew-pewed. I don't care if it was rocks from the ground that hit her. If it caused damage, it caused damage. She was pew-pewed. Like, I'm not, what are we talking about? I don't get what your point is. What's the point of this? I'm lost.
My whole point is Megan Thee Stallion's a liar. Free Tory.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. So my whole point is,
Kelsey has something to do with that, bro. If you
okay.
don't think so, you're picking.
I'm not saying she did or she didn't. I don't give a fuck. I know.
Wait. Do you think she has something to do with it or no?
Something
yes or no?
like she was there. Something like
no.
She was. They were fighting. Well, they were fighting though. They were fighting for sure. I believe that without a doubt. I believe Kelsey and Meg were fighting. No doubt about it.
Yeah, she's like 6'5", and that girl was like 5 foot. She probably ragdolled their shit.
So
she was the one that said, "Nah, I can't have this. Let me go get my stick."
No, that's an assumption. It wasn't even, but it wasn't hers though. The pew-pews was The pew-pews was Tory's. It was an illegal illegal firearm that he was carrying. What are you talking about? It was his pew-pew. How would she even know about it?
Okay, let me ask you, if she's fighting in the street with her friend, why would Tory have to shoot her?
I think that Meg also attacked Tory. I can see that happening too. And like you said, hold on. And like you said, she's tall, he's little. Fine. Or she attacked, or he attacked her and she was defending herself. I believe that they got in some kind of physical altercation. No doubt about it. I could believe that. I could believe that for sure. And then he was mad about it. He felt some type of way and he pulled out the pew and then pew.
He shot at the gun and told her to dance.
That's what she said. That's what Meg said.
Allegedly, right? Yeah.
Man, hey, you know what? I believe everything Meg said about that shit. Actually, because you know what else I forgot? Because they was on that Booger Sugar. That sound like Booger Sugar activities. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. I forgot that they was on that. I forgot Tory was on that Booger Sugar. I forgot about that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe that shit. Actually, I believe that shit. I believe that shit 100%. Now, I forgot all about that shit. I forgot they had the smugs in the car. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Yep. Nah, that boy. I don't know. He was, and he had a pew. Look, he was. Stop saying the words. He was high on Booger Sugar, and he had a pew. Enough said. He was high on Booger Sugar. He had a pew. Enough said. What else? What else more? What more do I need in that scenario? What more do I need in that scenario? I believe her. I believe everything Meg said, actually. I believed it from the gate, too. Well, she was pew by somebody.
I shot her, so I said that word by accident.
She pew-pewed herself? This nigga saying anything. What? Sir, it was... What are you not understanding though? You do realize it was his pew. How would did she wrestle it away from him?
It was just sitting in the car, so anybody could have grabbed it.
No, it wasn't just sitting in the car. It wasn't. It was not.
Your information's off.
My information is off? My information is not off. It wasn't just sitting in the car, bro. Like, you're fucking tripping. You just saying shit. Cosplaying as a ballistics expert, right? Talking about this shit. This fool said, hey, man, this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy.
2 little grains of fragments hit her foot.
2 little grains of fragments hit her foot.
Yeah, I would have walked that off if it was me.
Now we done pivoted to she should have walked it off.
If it was me, I would have walked it off. She was twerking on Instagram Live the next day.
So you mad because she resilient? You mad because she resilient?
Nah, congratulations on her being resilient.
You mad? Wait, you mad because she tough as nails? What's your point there? What point was you trying to make?
My point is it was not like that. She never got shot in her foot. It was probably even glass in her shit.
Wasn't her foot wrapped up? They said she wasn't twerking the next day. What are you talking about? Where'd you get that from?
Well, she was twerking like, it wasn't the next day, but it was very, very soon.
Okay, so you're mad because she is resilient?
Why would I be mad that she never got serious?
Because you're trying to act like that's like a problem. Instead of you looking at it like, damn, she tough. You like, I don't understand it. It like, what the fuck did you talk? She just tough. The fuck you mean? She tough. You said she should have walked it off. Looks like she did. She took your advice. She walked it off. Now what? She twerked. She did her fucking job. She got up there and did her job.
Nah, congratulations. Twerk on your head if you want to. But my whole point is clearly you weren't that injured.
How injured should a person? I'm sorry, Six. Do you need to actually get struck to want to jail somebody for trying to pew you? Is that what you're telling me? Is it not attempted? If a person, look, man.
Yeah, but she jailed the wrong guy though.
Have you ever been pew at?
No.
Okay. I'm speaking from experience. When you are pew at, in the moment, you just thinking about getting out of there. Don't get me wrong, right? And them bullets sound like they suck all the air out of the space. Like it's a weird, it's like, no, it ain't no bing. It's like,
now when it hits something, it's bing.
Well, it depends on what it hits. But it just sucks all the air out of it. Like it's a strange, it's powerful, right? It's just, and it's really small. The projectile is really small. But you're trying to get out of the situation nonetheless. I'm just, whatever. After the fact, bro, if the police came to me and was like, do you want to press charges? I am not going to say, oh, no, I don't want to do that because he ain't even hit me. Nigga, lock his ass up. Lock that nigga up. And I've been there and had the bullets hit the brick wall and the brick hit you in the face and shit. I've been through all of that before. That shit's wild. Not for the faint of heart. Not for the faint of heart. Shit's crazy. So, with that being said, though, I'm locking niggas up. Like, I don't know about you. I'm putting niggas behind bars. Like, I don't want that nigga on the street. You do? You cool with that?
I think, yeah, me personally, I'm not snitching, but I think all the men in these...
How is that snitching?
I think all these men in
No. How is that snitching?
You couldn't tell if you want to tell, but I'm saying me personally, I wouldn't do that.
Okay, I'm like, nigga, that is not snitching. I wouldn't snitch. But I'll tell on a nigga for trying to pew me. I ain't did nothing to him.
That's snitching, bro. What do you mean? That's literally snitching.
That's not what snitching is. See? Always got to educate you because you be talking. You not. I've been trying to tell you, you're not. Six. I've been trying to tell you, you're not. You ain't been through enough shit, my nigga. You don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
What I've been through, bro.
You ain't been through shit. You don't even know what snitching is. You don't know what simping is. You just be using words all out of context. Snitching. Yes, snitching is, look, if you and me are both committing a crime together, we commit the crime, I get caught, they say, I know somebody else was there with you. Give them up. And I say, yeah, it was 6. I'm snitching. If I'm in my fucking house minding my business and you run in my house and rob me and the police say, who did it? And I say it was 6, that is not snitching, nigga. That is not snitching.
You're right. It's not snitching if you're not in the streets. But if you're in the streets,
or not, it's not snitch. I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. No. Wait. You're right. Because in the streets, you have wronged other people. So you have to expect the wrongs to come back to you, right? I get that.
Even if you didn't wrong anybody, once you sign up, you sign up.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about? How are you in the streets? What are you talking about?
If you sign up for, let's say if you want to join your Compton gang, whatever, right? You sign up.
I'm from Long Beach, but okay.
Yeah, you never did anything wrong to anybody else. If someone comes to you and does something to you, you can't snitch.
No, sir. If you are in a gang, you know, like that comes with the territory. So I agree. Yeah, that's gang life. I don't care if you ain't got a chance to ride on nobody yet. You're going to. How do you be in a gang and not ride on nobody, nigga? You gonna get DP'd every week. The fuck are you talking about?
But it goes back to what I was saying though. If you're a normal civilian, of course it's not snitching.
All right, fam. Metal said, I had gallbladder surgery and the same day I still had to take care of my son and walk around. My gut was cut in half, my dude. He don't care, Metal. He just saying stuff. This point.
What's she talking about? What'd she say?
She was referencing you talking about Meg. Tawana said, I'm convinced this dude hates women. It took you this long? Tawana?
That's another thing too. You guys keep saying we hate women. I don't think it's that we hate you guys, and not that I agree with this, but I think it's that men look at women as inferior. It's not that
that's
we
the
hate
same
you
thing.
guys.
The inferiority leads to hate. It does. They put 20 on his head. They said 6 his head for being a victim blaming idiot. If you think women are inferior, you hate them. That's a part of the hate, sir. That's a sign of hate because they're not inferior.
If men truly hated women, like, are we even allowed to say that word?
We're not supposed to, but go ahead. Mm-hmm.
If we truly did, though,
and
do you know what we would do and what we could do?
Exactly what we're doing right now.
No, like, you guys would literally be in chains right now.
They were in chains.
No, like, literally in chains right now.
They were in chains. That doesn't mean white people hate black people. Black people aren't in chains today. It doesn't mean that they don't hate us, though, bro. That's stupid. That's not like
doing way more damage to us than we are to women, though.
You think white people are doing more damage to black people than men are doing to women?
For sure.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How long has racism been around?
From the dawn of time.
That would be a fucking lie and a half.
Well, it's always been here.
Hold on, listen to the question again. How long has racism been around? Racism. The concept of race. How long has race been around?
I don't know.
Like 600 years, family. 700 years. Not that long. 600, 700 years. It ain't been around that long, brother. They got 30 on his head. 600, 700 years, brother. It really hasn't been that long, brother. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So racism hasn't been around that long. It hasn't been. But I don't understand. But the patriarchy, sexism, men hating women, been around. You say since the dawn of time. I say a millennia. Fuck it.
Can you tell me what do we have to hate on a woman for? Because in my opinion, I feel we're on the winning team.
Oh, I got a million reasons. They're smarter than us. They're better than us at. They are 100%.
Oh, let me address that real quick. That the Rainbow Warrior guy was up here saying.
The Rainbow Warrior guy? Who was that?
Yeah, he was up here. That light-skinned guy with the.
Oh, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yo, that guy was saying shit like, "Oh, women do better in war. They're better marksmen." He also said what you just said. They're more smarter.
Mm-hmm.
Like
more smart.
If we look at if you go on Google and type in the top 100 marksmen, top 100 most intelligent people in history, top 100 greatest inventions of the entire that changed the world. The whole list is filled with men.
Are most of these men white men? If we did that,
I can also search black inventions and get a long, great list.
No, I know, but don't pivot. Do the same thing. Type that list in. Are most of those men white men or non-white men?
There's a good amount of white men in there, yes.
Mostly white men. Mostly white men.
What's your point?
You don't see how that. You don't see the importance of that.
No, because as I said, I can find great minds that are black men, and I can find great inventions that are also created by black men.
But that's what then let's apply the same logic. You can find great minds with black women, with women, and great minds. All the same shit applies then. But using you have to make it a one-to-one. Using your exact analogy, you'd say at the top. Let's use the top, right?
Yeah.
So at the top, who is the top marksmen in the world? I bet you they ain't black.
But you're
no, don't say but. Just think about it for a second. I bet the top marksmen aren't black.
Does have to be in this though?
Huh?
It's about men and women. It doesn't matter about what their race is.
Because race as a social construct is very similar to gender. And it functions relatively the same way. And the same reasons why you don't see women with all these inventions is the same reason why you don't see black people getting credited for all these inventions. It's not because black people aren't the greatest inventors of all time. It's because white people write the history. As of in this moment, white people write the history. If you go back 700, 800, 900 years before race was invented, it would be the Egyptians wrote this history book, and they never gave credit to the Phoenicians. And the Phoenicians never gave credit to the Samaritans, and the Samaritans never gave credit to the, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's whoever to the victors goes the spoils. That's how it works. Men are dominating right now. Sumerians. Sorry, I said Samaritans. Sumerians, even though Samaritans are people too, but Sumerians. But yeah, that's what it is, bro. That's what it is. So I'm just helping you draw. I'm making that correlation. I'm making that connection so that you can see what's going on. So you can see it's not, that wouldn't actually show that women aren't smarter than men. That wouldn't actually show that women haven't made the greatest inventions of all time and yada, yada, yada. It wouldn't prove that at all or disprove it. Either way, it would just show you that men are in control right now. That's it. That's all it would prove.
So you don't find it interesting that if I asked you to name one great, amazing invention that a woman created in the past 50 years, 40 years, you don't think it's crazy that you wouldn't be able to name one?
The internet.
Before you say it, V said a woman invented Wi-Fi. That was multiple people, one woman, and also that was in addition to us already creating the internet. Oh yeah.
Well, wait.
That's for everybody saying Wi-Fi in there.
Hold on, wait. GPS too. Yeah, that'll be another one.
That's my whole point. It's always in addition to what we already, like, a man made the car, a woman made the windshield wipers. It's
no, she didn't.
In addition. Yeah, I swear a woman made the windshield wipers. Yeah.
Oh, the windshield. I'm sorry, my bad. I was thinking the intermittent windshield wipers. My fault. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's always in addition to what we already created.
Home alarm systems. That's anything, 6. That's yes, that is. Everything is built from something else. Like, everything is connected to something else. Like, so when you think about inventions, you think about this. A reason why inventions progress is because of the materials that are available to the inventors at the time, right? So in Africa, paper was invented, papyrus, right? Look at the material that they use, though, right? If you go to another place, it might be hard to create paper because what materials did they have? It wasn't because somebody else didn't think, oh, I wish I had something to do. Like, no. It's, but what materials do people have? So you're kind of, as an inventor, a lot of times you're kind of tied to the what materials you have available to you, right? And components you have available to you. They put 40 on that boy head. They said he makes my ass itch. It's wicked work. Women weren't allowed in education for 1,000 years. Sexism gave birth to racism. European men subjugated women and made up races to subjugate black people and everybody else. Abusers excused with, I didn't hit you. For real. A black woman, Teresa said, a black woman led COVID vaccine research. I mean,
you guys even get dominated in chest.
No, you just saying stuff.
That's a fact. Google it. There's no women champions out here. Come on.
I'm not saying it.
That's a simple brain game. There's no excuses with that.
You're good at chess?
No, I don't even want to play chess.
You just said it's a simple brain game because it's not simple if you've ever played it.
Like, it's not simple. You know what I mean, though? It's like, it doesn't take like a great mind, like, compared to inventing a car.
It does take a great mind to play. You should play chess. You should play chess.
Well,
chess. You should play chess.
The master at a high level, yes. But to be a regular player,
no, you should play chess. No, you should play it. I'm telling you, you should play it. You would have a newfound respect for it. It is an extremely difficult game. Like, I played it a lot. My daddy taught me how to play when I was a small child. I've been playing it my whole life. Chess is hard. Chess is hard. I gave up playing it. Like, I don't give up many games. I gave up playing chess. I was like, this shit is crazy. Jazzy said,
you say women are smarter, so they should be able to be up there.
They said as soon as you get dropped, read a book. They might not want to play. I don't know. I don't know what their interests are. Matt Hatter said a woman owns his DNA if he did a test with 23andMe. God damn. They sold it. They gave it to the government, I think.
That's your father.
No, it's not true. What up, Lux?
We are the seed. You are the soil.
Fertilizer.
Yeah, that too.
My bad.
I could plant a sunflower in the Saharan desert. It's still a sunflower.
It won't grow. All right, go ahead, Lux.
So many things to unpack when Six is on the panel. so many things to unpack. It's very, very, what's the word I want to say? Fitting that someone like Six would come up to try to justify the actions of an abuser and, things like that. It's also fitting for Six to assume that, Canadians can just come to America and wave weapons they're not supposed to have around American land and not get arrested by American
You got yourself, let's be honest.
That's so crazy because I didn't interrupt you when you was talking. That's nasty work. But it's crazy that y'all think I could come to the great states and think that Second Amendment also applies to you without no type of license. Or citizenship or no type of anything. That stuff is wild because that's what that man was actually convicted for, regardless of who was or was not pew-pewed, who was or was not done this or that too. That man legally.
May I ask a question, please?
I gotta read this.
I interrupt you.
Oh, go ahead, Lux. I'm sorry.
I just want to say, that's just crazy that the one felon that we know is up here defending the felons. I'm just saying that's all I wanted to point out. Not too much.
Felon on felon love.
Let me ask you a quick question.
Okay, ask her.
You said you guys were like, oh, he was convicted. He was convicted. What about all the innocent men that Kamala Harris locked up that turned out to be innocent?
Oh my God, yeah, you just trolling today. You and hey, Six is in rare form today. That nigga saying everything to trigger y'all.
It's the facts, bro.
Okay.
You guys don't care about that because it was a woman, right?
Okay. They got 45 on that boy head. Reach Skyler said, black men always try to take credit for other races of men accomplishments because they rarely have any of their own. Six has no accomplishments. I disagree. Black men have
black inventions.
Black people have hella inventions, black men included. But yeah, we do be trying to take credit as a group. Black men do be trying to take credit for what's going on, but then don't want to take any of the responsibility. That I will say that. Well, we built this society, and then, you know what I'm saying? But at the exact same time, we go, okay, and that's why it's on you to fix it. But how do we benefit from it? Like, shut the fuck up.
I only got 5 more in my head. Let me say this real quick. Yo, Luxy, you said in the comments the other day, men don't build houses, machines do. What are you talking about? A bricklayer has to bring the bricks up to the scaffold and lay those. The floor people have to measure it out and cut the wood and place them in position. Drywallers do the same thing. Tapers do the same thing. There's no machine involvement in that.
Let me read this real quick, Lex. You can respond. Teresa said, women basically invented HVAC. How did it become a male-led industry? Ponder on that. That's facts. To Nigel being silly. She said, hashtag chest, not checkers. Oh, man. Go ahead. We listening, Lux.
That's funny as hell. Chest, not checkers.
Chest, not checkers is hilarious.
It's just, again, Six, and I know you come up here to like troll, you think you be having gotcha moments, but they be eating you up left and right in the comments. It's just really wild to me, the types.
Hey, I be eating them up too. No,
for sure. That's a given. I ain't have to say
I'm just playing.
No, Diddy.
All right, really?
Yeah, of course, Six. We know you on that. Don't worry. It's just very, very, Six, you be out here showing your ass for real, and you think that like people just be mean to you or people just disagree. Like none of the things that you say make sense.
He got a victim mentality, Lux. He got a victim mentality.
He does. Like anything in which pertains to him that he dislikes that we challenge or we, ask people like him to hold themselves accountable for, he running and trying to get away from it. But when it comes to holding himself accountable for the stuff that he's even told us that he like, you won't even hold yourself accountable for that stuff, and you want everybody else to do everything else and be fair on this side and think about it this, but you're not doing none of that. So it's weirdo behavior, Six. I know they're finna get you out of here real soon. I just want you to take the time in which you're not on the panel to sit in the comments and just reflect on how some of the things you say just don't make a lick of sense. Not a bit. Not one.
You guys don't even address anything I say. You just move the goalpost.
Is that all right? What did you want us to address?
Like, for example,
we don't care. We did it, Joe.
Y'all Send me the YouTubes. Hey, shout out to the YouTubes. Y'all's my favorite. I love you TikTok comments, but the YouTubes is ruthless. Them super
We did it. The YouTubes be going crazy. I told her, I said, we got to just, oh, man.
And while we in here, y'all, it's 500 of y'all in here. Make sure y'all start tapping the screens. Check out the all the contents as usual. To the YouTube peeps, y'all be holding us down.
Teamwork make the dream work, man.
I love it over there.
Hell yeah. Teamwork make the dream work, man. Y'all was dipping and Euro stepping and everybody was dropping dimes. Niggas was finger rolls was happening. It was just.
300,000 likes, y'all. Let's tap the screens. We almost there. We killing it today. Tap the screens.
Hey man, I ain't gonna even hold y'all. I gotta get my babies. I did a short live today. Well, we did 3 hours and 45 minutes. I might spin the block, I might not, depending on my energy levels though. I might spin the block. I'm feeling good. I ain't gonna even. Hey, Six, thanks for coming up, man. You got my energy levels back up. I was a little down, a little drowsy, but it was a pickup. It was a pick me up. Okay. I appreciate that.
Since Pub might get off real soon, when he ends the live, I need y'all to go to his last 20 posts on TikTok and his last 20 posts on YouTube and like them up and comment and engage y'all. To Pub people, y'all, it's not just the lives. Pub be posting some. Y'all think he be cooking people in here? You gotta go to the video. Pub be cooking people on all types of platforms.
I'll be getting around. I'll be moving around the platforms when I can. You gotta go with it. You gotta meet them where they at. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they be on YouTube. Sometimes they be on TikTok. You just gotta find them. They be in there. You gotta dig them out.
Y'all support Pub. Y'all been killing it for real. The Discord's still under construction. I promise you, we working hard. We doing all the things. We love all the peoples, all the supporters, the subs. Y'all is killing it. As always, stay on Six Head in the comments. We love y'all for real. You could drop me Pub.
Bet. Why y'all calling? What's food truck? Food truck Pub. Thanks, Yasmin. Hey man, we had a great live. I had fun. See, sometimes we can have a productive live with no little to no ops. But yeah, I might spin the block. What up, Jazzy? I'm about this thing though, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to all the mods, best mods in the business. ACR, Kalado and Spencer. Shout out to the best mods in the business, man. Thank you, Osa. All the old subs, all the new subs. Shout out to all the gifters, cash appers, super chatters. Love y'all, man. I really gotta go get my baby though. He about to be out there in the front with his bus. They're gonna be waiting for you, boy. We can't keep the bus waiting. So yeah, I'm gonna holler.